The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey! 20. Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. Ah! The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, the home of Radio Row for Super Bowl 58. Program starts now.
Football!
It's happening in Sin City, and I will tell you what. Since we landed in this beautiful town, we couldn't help but feel the buzz and the roar of the biggest game of the year taking place in Allegiant Stadium this coming Sunday. But it's not just about the game. It's not just about Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy battling. No. It's about every human who thinks there's somebody traveling to this city, coming through this convention center, and celebrating the greatest sport on earth. Now, obviously, we will not be here alone for the next 3 days. We're going to have a stacked guest lineup that we have no idea who it's even going to be. Literally moments before we started, Puka Nacua, who has a massive head.
Oh, yeah.
Big dome.
Big head. We just learned how the size of this guy's head. He literally just walked by. I think he's going to stop by. Shannon Sharpe, I think, is going to be stopping by today. I think J.J. Watt is stopping by today. I think Dan Marino.
What?
Got 12 minutes with Dan Marino.
Hell yeah.
Kidding me? 12?
It was 10. We said, can we get 15? They said, we'll meet in the middle. 12. I said,
Bingo.
Well, 12:30 would be in the middle, but I get that you got maybe 51% of this entire thing. Dan Marino for 12 minutes with M&Ms. Cannot wait for that. Dana White will stop by today. Okay. And who knows who else we'll get a chance to chat with. Obviously, the set that we are currently at, and we kept this zoomed out for a good reason, is remarkable. I guess ESPN, obviously the game day crew that has been with us all year, want to work on this thing. ESPN daily shows have not been in Radio Row for years. I have no idea why. I have no idea how. This is the actual Super Bowl. Like, hey, what's the Super Bowl? Radio Row is, the events are, and then the game is. And for some reason, ESPN's never been here. We are thankful, pumped, and lucky to be in this place, feeling this set. And shout out to Mystic Studios, I believe, out of Massachusetts that want to work. The amount of people that invested their time and effort to make us look like a professional operation is certainly something we'll forever be grateful for. But let's get to it. I'm not alone, okay? There's a man who's normally in an attic in Ohio, blowing through 14 to 15 cigars a show. Yep. Neither of us are allowed to smoke today, which is certainly a little bit of a piece of adversity that we'll battle through. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, Super Bowl champion, AJ Hall.
Good to be here, man.
AJ, you feel the energy of the Super Bowl, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Not a ton of juice yet in this room.
What?
I know
You
as
said
the
you
day
can't
goes.
feel it. You say it's gonna suck.
Yeah, as of right now, I don't think the shows have gone live yet, the majority of them. But, yeah, I think every minute that you stay out here, the intensity grows, the passion. Like, you can just feel it. I can't wait, man. Sunday's going to be a great day.
We had bomb-sniffing dogs on the way in. That's how you know you're at something. You know, that's a big deal. Had to get through a couple different security checkpoints. Seth freaking Rollins, the world heavyweight champion, was standing behind us.
Kidding me?
That's how you know you're at a big event. That's how you know you're somewhere. Now, anytime a dog starts sniffing around, you obviously have to ask your questions, bomb or drug. Certainly bomb. But we don't know what somebody was driving in their car with last night. Immediately upon landing here, we saw a Toyota Camry get pulled over by 6 cops with guns pulled, guns armed, and we don't think that Toyota Camry driver either survived or is ever going to see the light of day again. But we would like to say the vibes have been immaculate as soon as we landed in town,
yeah.
D-Butch.
Absolutely. In that game last night, Schmidt single-handedly won for the Vegas Golden Knights. That's where the energy was palpable, and it's followed us here. You've seen even since we started, the stage is getting a little crowded. I feel the buzz in the air.
Now, a lot of people have said terrible things about us. This whole year.
No.
A lot of people that walked by earlier were like, hey, Pat, good to see you. It's like, hey, I remember what you said about us.
Oh, you mean that one guy that walked by?
Yeah, I remember what you said. I'm never going to forget that, actually. Well, you can go ahead and scram, but I am pumped to be back in here because you can see, like, they got podcasters in here now. It didn't used to be like that. So you see, like, the next generation of people that love the NFL and want to kind of carry the fandom and tradition and the coverage of the sport all in here, feeling it. It's great to see people. This year, it's great to see the people that have buried us throughout the year, obviously. That's going to be fun. That's a nice little added thing to it, but all we're going to do is enjoy the good vibes. And how could you not whenever you have one half of the hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, Tone Diggs here? You look so good, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate the vibes are immaculate. It's insane that we're here in Vegas for the Super Bowl. What was it, like 7-8 years ago? The NFL told Tony Romo he couldn't do a fantasy football thing here in Vegas, and now we are here in the gambling capital of the world. Like $2.5 billion is expected to be bet on this game. It's awesome. We walked out there. Me and Gumpy did a hot lap around to see everybody. Shine was out there doing his thing like he always does.
You asked for it.
You got it. It's awesome. This is the best week of the year.
Slot machines right there.
There are slot machines. I went and I asked about them. You can put your money in. You will not get money out. So
classic gambling. Classic gambling. Now, there is my desk here has become a blackjack table.
It's awesome.
Which is pretty sweet. I mean, I'll probably deal something to somebody.
That's the WSOP cam.
Yeah, that is World Series poker, and we need the pocket cam too to see what the cards are and we can really get after it. But like, I guess this was even a conversation. Like, can they have a blackjack table on the set? Because gambling in the NFL, it's like you got slot machines literally in a room over there. DraftKings right there. FanDuel's right there. Right. ESPN Bet is going to be sponsoring an hour of this particular program. It's like where we were to where we are now is a massive driver behind it's rigged. It's scripted. One half of the toxic table is here looking fantastic with a Super Bowl shirt on at Boston Connor. The scripted story took another little tail last night as Adam Schefter released some statements from the CBS chairman, I believe, CBS Sports chairman.
Yeah, I saw that. He's got a decorated pass, so you can't, take everything.
Sean McManus.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah,
what do you mean?
I forgot. I didn't even know his name, to be honest with you. Sean McManus, yeah. And, he alluded to the fact that the Super Bowl, they've been told that this will be the first ever Super Bowl to go to double overtime. Thank you very much, Schefter. Everyone's having a real good time. This is fun. This script joke is real cool. What happens if it goes to double overtime now, prick? Okay?
What are we going to do?
What happens then? Does everyone buy in even more? I mean, and not to mention, you're forcing me to bet on double overtime.
Yeah, that's happening for
plus
sure.
100,000.
Yeah, but if you win, hey, listen, at least they leaked the script.
Exactly.
Right? I think we should take it as a positive.
Okay.
But boy, they've played in this from the beginning. Remember, the schedule release was the script.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And now here we are at Super Bowl. And it's
on.
like, hey, we're going to script this entire thing. I appreciate that. Roger Goodell had to get asked questions, but it's all because of the gambling, I think.
Yeah.
Whenever people are losing their actual money, that's when people start thinking, hey, a professional athlete's going to do that?
What's going on over there?
Okay. Those refs are not going to be able to see that call? Yeah, maybe the refs do stink.
Well,
maybe sometimes they do stink.
Usually.
And maybe sometimes people can't keep secrets ever, especially if it's going to put themselves over. The amount of people that would have to be in on it would be insane. But if it goes to double overtime, Roger Goodell deserves every question he gets going forward.
The people who do the rig conversation, they can't wrap their heads around that. They got the bet wrong, that they weren't on the right side. It had to be someone else's fault. Okay?
Which, by the way, I appreciate.
Sure.
Listen, you got to keep your confidence. Your next bet's your best bet, for sure.
Always.
Somebody else's fault has to be. I will say that there's a lot of people probably getting credit for what happened last night in T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah.
Agree.
Las Vegas Golden Knights stopped a historic streak from happening by the Edmonton Oilers. Now, there was an all-star break in between this streak happening and then what took place last night, so maybe they slowed down, but Connor McDavid, best player on earth.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid just beat the entire NHL all-star crew for $1 million and everything else. He won the weekend. He's the guy. He was leading the hottest team in the NHL into Las Vegas to take on the Stanley Cup champion, Vegas Golden Knights. If they were able to get the win, they would have 17 straight dubs, tying a record that the Pittsburgh Penguins put in the 1990s for longest winning streak in the history of the NHL.
Damn.
Last night was history in the making. We moved our plane to be earlier.
Yeah.
Right.
So that we could get here on time.
Had to be there.
Because a guy that's on our show every single day was potentially the first ever fan of the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
I believe he was.
As soon as the Vegas Golden Knights were announced as a team, he said, well, that's my team. Literally from that moment. Got a chance to win a Stanley Cup, and it was the first time he was ever in the barn last night. And we can say it's official, I believe. He is now an actual member of the Vegas Golden Knights.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, fresh off of derailing the Edmonton Oilers, our guy, Toxic Table member, and now Vegas Golden Knight hockey player, Ty Schmidt. You earned it, pal.
Baby Ty.
Hey, here we go, boys.
Good work, Ty.
Here we go, boys. Hey.
Good work, Ty.
Here we go, boys. Here we go, boys.
Here we go.
Here we go, boys. Come on, give me one. Hey, give me one. Yeah, give me one.
Go. Guys are beauts, all of you.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Paul. Tell you what, puppies are barking a little bit already, so it's going to be...
This all show? All day?
No, I put it on for the morning skate this morning. Pal. I came right over here afterwards.
Okay, so we were...
The 2-shot there.
I'm just in the slot all day. Just wait. One-timers, baby.
Ready.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
With like an ice cold bottle of Marino.
How's it feel? Hot? Is it hot or no?
It's a little warm. Yeah, sure. You know, these...
Your microphone's nowhere near your mouth.
Well,
Fix that for him.
You know, what I also realized, you know, we've been talking about the Mucinex needing to use it. We do have cough buttons. There's absolutely no way I'm going to. So I'm just going to apologize to you guys, the viewers at home, if I just cough directly into the microphone. There's a good chance it's going to happen several times today. But
Ty, you had a hell of a performance last night. You sounded a siren.
Yeah,
obviously, you started the party for the Vegas Golden Knights last night. You were in the castle. You were on the ice at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, you were dapping up the boys. There was some people wondering, you know, from this is the beginning of the game, obviously, where we told them that I would do it. And
why do you go cross-eyed during this?
well, you know,
So
you kind of just
juiced or
black
what?
out and you're just
Orgasmic.
harnessing every ounce of energy and passion that you can, and that's what happens.
And I will say, Ty planned all this. He said, if I'm going to get an opportunity to wail on that siren, I'm going to try to break that thing. And they actually said, first time in the existence of the team where it broke.
Yeah.
He
Moved the
lifted
siren.
it and moved it. They said that was the most aggressive we've ever had.
There we go.
And that was the plan. And
You're
then
the legs dangling.
in the second intermission, Ty Schmidt was riding a Zamboni. And after a 16th birthday was announced on the other Zamboni.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Host of the Pat McAfee Show, Ty Schmidt is riding on the Zamboni. And you would think, like, okay, he started the game. He kept the ice fresh for the boys. That's got to be all a super fan night is, right? That's got to be all it is?
Yeah, that's it.
Nope. After the boys secured this historic win that he basically initiated with the siren wailing, then he got the sword in the shield, and that went about as bad as it possibly could.
I did exactly what the Golden Knight told me to do.
No, you
be
did not.
honest.
It's on record. You did not. Yeah.
No, I did. I mean, that's my story. I'll go down swinging that. Really, I was just looking to slice someone's head off. I was so jacked up at that.
It's close.
I wasn't worried about banging the shield.
The best part about it is when the boys get the win and secure the dub. Now, it was after he banged on that shield.
Yep.
15 seconds later, they get the go-ahead goal. 15. Whose fault is it, Ty? Is it me? I don't know. Maybe, he says. Ty, how many whiskeys probably at that point?
Oh, I couldn't tell you, but north of 20, 25.
Yeah, the Knight comes back and even gives credit. Yeah, it is my fault. I did do that.
This is the you, me, you.
Me. All right, anyways, thank
What
you
a
to the
night.
Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, man.
It was a golden night.
Oh, yeah.
Love you, Golden
Way to set the
Knights.
tone.
It was a golden night for the Super Bowl kickoff. Ty got to give fist bumps to the boys as they were going to the locker room. And then we got a chance to go in the locker room afterwards and talk to the boys. And allegedly here's look at this.
There it is.
Talk's supposed to be filming Ty, obviously. He is not. Talk's getting his own stuff there on the far right. Oh, look where I'm at. Dude, this is awesome. Nikki Skates and Coach Phil are in the back there, obviously enjoying the hell out of a nice hockey night in Vegas. Stoner had a great night. Almost had an empty netter. Wow, Bill Carlson put the third away with an empty netter. It was a hell of a night over there, Ty. And even the boys in the locker room, when we talked to them, said you were the reason why the Knights got that big win. They said it was a playoff-like atmosphere. Do you think it's a playoff-like atmosphere if that guy's not on that siren?
No.
Do you think it's a playoff-like atmosphere if he's not riding the side saddle on that Zamboni with a seatbelt on?
I mean, I heard there's like a TV in the locker room where the boys were watching Ty ride the Zamboni, his little legs dangling, and that just gave them like the fire, the fuel they need, I think, to put it over the top.
I don't think everybody in T-Mobile Arena knew exactly what was going on.
What do you think? What do you mean?
Well,
What
I heard
did they
some
think?
rumblings. I went to the bathroom. I heard some rumblings, and I heard a dad tell a kid, like, Oh, that cancer guy.
Oh, he's terminal.
Oh, yeah,
no.
He's on the Zamboni.
Oh.
People were thinking this was a Make-A-Wish like Ty was doing on his last days.
What?
And
how are the Oilers supposed to play against that?
Yeah,
Bingo.
Exactly.
No chance.
So if that was the idea, and I tried to tell him, but I didn't want to ruin it. Like, nah, he's just drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not.
this is
He's just a big fan. He's just getting an opportunity. Vegas Golden Knights took care of us. First class program.
They did. It was incredible. I mean, yeah, would I have loved to not go down and miss about an hour and 30 minutes of the game, wait for the Zamboni and doing all that? Sure. But they said, hey, no one ever gets to ride the Zamboni. Turns out a girl had her 16th birthday. She got to ride the Zamboni as well, so that wasn't exactly true. But yeah, first-class organization, obviously. Getting in the change room with the boys afterwards, it was an all-time night.
Why are you number 66 before Tone gets his thing? And this was a question asked by the boys in the change room afterwards. Stoner actually looks at Ty wearing his jersey and he goes, why 66? And at that point, Ty, he'd laid it all on the line for the Vegas Golden Knights that entire day, starting on a plane ride. And he was a little bit of a zombie. And he looks at him and he goes,
what are we talking about here, boys? Gordon Bombay, number 66.
So Stoner was about to do a full Mario Lemieux talk.
Of course.
And Gordon Bombay, big pop from the boys.
Good.
Would like to say to the Golden Knights operations and to the players, hey, go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! Go Knights, go! Now that's the rhythm.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean,
How were you doing it?
I don't remember.
He was doing go Knights, go.
Yes.
Bing, bing.
Now, go Knights, go! Go Knights! Go!
I'll be honest, I was basically more focused on, hey, very boozed up, the position you're in. Don't tumble forward and fall out of the suite. And,
with a sword in
it. And basically, impale yourself and not live to see the rest of the third period. That's really
This is all after he, on the plane right there, dropped his phone into the fuselage. And they had to take 3 mechanics from 3 different plane companies to come take the plane apart and get him his phone back.
Our pilot's been flying for 35 years. He's got a Hulk Hogan mustache that you can't see in this particular shot because his back is to us, but he's trying to bust open a table that has a phone in it for the first time in his 35-year piloting career. So Ty did...
He tried.
He certainly did.
He tried.
He tried a lot of the similar things that we were trying and was certainly telling us that he was going to do it better than us, but I appreciated his effort. Hour and 45 minutes he was kneeling in front of Ty Schmidt on that phone.
Yeah. And he did tell me, hey, there's a 5% chance you're going to get this phone back by Friday. And I was like, okay, I mean, if you have like a ruler and some duct tape in there, I can definitely get it out. But I'm, hey, do what you got to do. Obviously, we land an hour later. Hey, they got your phone. So, I'm very grateful that, that 5% chance I was going to get it by Friday ended up being, hey, 100% chance you're going to get this thing 3 hours later. So
hey, that's great news.
Yeah,
That's great news for Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Some more good news. Jim Irsay basically tweeted he's
on the mend.
He's on the mend.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how much has been reported about the Jim Irsay stuff because it took us by surprise, certainly, and we live in Indianapolis. Feel like we're pretty plugged in to everything that would be in Indianapolis. So when that news broke, I think via TMZ, was it TMZ?
Yeah, it was.
I believe so, yep.
All surprised. Obviously, as people that know Jim, very worried about it all. Then we heard about the chest thing that was going on, and then obviously there was a bunch of other stories going on, and we tried to send some text messages out about how it was going. I guess it was not
great.
I guess it was not good. From what now, this is not directly from Jim Irsay, but from people that are pretty close. I guess it was not looking very good at all. And obviously, Jim Irsay has battled his demons, put himself through a lot of things. I think deep down in his soul, anybody that's ever met him says good dude, good human, has tried to make the world better from his perspective. Now, has he made mistakes? Certainly. But I think that kind of came out of nowhere for all of us. Hey, Jim might be really in it. Fighting back, we get the tweet. That's good. All good news here.
Yes.
Super Bowl.
It's been quiet for a couple months with him. That's what worries me when you go quiet. So now that he goes public and says he's on the mend, that's awesome. He's turned the corner.
Jim Irsay's one of one.
Oh, yeah.
D-Bunch.
Oh, yeah. Absolute dog.
Anybody that's ever played for the Colts, that's had a chance to
Powerlifter.
watch him. Used to be a state. He went to your state, Ohio, and won the.
Yeah. I mean, look at the picture of him under the squat bar with 1,200 pounds, it looks like.
Yep.
That guy is a monster.
Played with the Beatles for a while.
Yep.
Well, it still is.
Yeah.
I think he still is.
Became basically a spokesperson for the owners.
Yeah.
Over the last, few years, obviously he's been in there probably the longest, right? And those one per club.
Did they vote him in?
Well, that's whenever he started becoming more vocal, he told us, because he walked at those owners' meetings on the hallway, I guess, at one of the places they go to, like team pictures, you know, they have them on the wall. So they have owner photos. Those never get made public, obviously. Billionaires aren't going to let that out or whatever. But he started walking down the hallway looking at old owners' photos. And he realized, wait, I'm only son of a bitch in one of these photos. I'm the oldest, I'm the longest tenured owner. And once he realized that, I think by the end of his walk, he was like, I'm the captain now. And then he started, we do want Schneider out of here, don't we?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we need to start doing a little bit more.
He did take a much more public role, I feel like.
That was literally one walk, I think, looking at photos.
How old was he when he started going to those meetings? He was very young.
30-something when he was an owner.
30-something years old, owner of an NFL team. That's unbelievable. Think about sitting in that room.
Yeah, and I assume the way they talked to him.
Oh my God. He wasn't going to take it, though. He's not going to take any guff, as they say.
Virginia, though?
Who says that?
All the people, the old people.
Old people, definitely.
Yeah, you're not going to take any guff. Tone knows I'm talking
about. A lot of the olds do say that. No, that's Scruff McGruff.
Chicago, Illinois,
60652.
Help take a bite out of crime.
Yeah.
That Toyota Camry's in a bad spot.
Oh, baby.
Guns. You said guns pulled.
AJ.
Guns pulled. Guys, in their doors.
Grand Theft Auto 4, 5 stars. Like it was just we were just rolling. Just Tuesday night, 6:30.
They shot him.
So we couldn't really. They kind of were keeping us moving. The 4 cops that were tailing this one Toyota Camry cut us off and stopped us. And then 2 other cops were coming from the other way. And by the time they got 2 lanes over, Toyota Camry stopped. Didn't look like it had any gas. I don't know how long they had been following. It seemed to stop. Not by choice. And then boom, I think passenger side cop go out, boom. Boom, spotlight bang.
Did they shoot the tires out? Is that why it stopped?
Oh, I don't know. We missed all that.
I didn't hear it.
We were trying to get out of, just in case, crossfire, ricochets.
D-Bot was, let's go.
Let's move up.
We were part of a slow speed chase last night.
Yeah.
We were part of a slow speed chase.
They held court on the street.
Well, that was to get to a Vegas Golden Knights game. That was maybe the greatest night in the history of hockey.
Yep.
Yeah, could have been. Probably was. It will go down as the greatest night in the history of hockey. No question about it. People will probably be talking about it for eons and eons. That's what Vegas does.
We can't hear like half the words.
Pop that mic up a little bit.
Flip it up.
Come on, no, just the front.
That stadium.
There you go.
Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, now we're talking.
At night.
That thing's it's a UFO.
Unbelievable, like a spaceship. Super crystal clear LED on the out, like it's sick.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who has been with us all year. He's an absolute stallion, although he's only 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Friend of the program, Super Bowl champion, ladies and gentlemen, A.K. Shipley. Hey, Q, good to see you, pal. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hey, Q grabs his own seat because he's a blue-collar guy.
Yes.
He wears very expensive shoes and pants and shirts because he's a new guy. He's a new era, but same old AQ.
Always.
AQ, whenever you think about the Super Bowl, obviously you think back to winning it. What is the most vivid memory? Is it Tom Brady saying, if you win this, your family's legacy is going to be remembered forever?
I mean, that moment was definitely up there, but my favorite moment, I was just actually watching a video because it popped up in my phone as a memory.
Okay.
I filmed the police escort in, to the stadium, and, it was a half-filled stadium, and the buzz was different than any buzz I've ever felt. And that was, still to this moment, I'm getting, goosebumps thinking about it.
Last night, they were just pumping techno music through that place.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody seemed younger, Vegas just has a natural
buzz,
upbeat vibe and a buzz. I think everybody's traveled in early too, because last night the people that are posting pictures, a lot of fans, a lot of everybody. Vegas is the perfect place seemingly for a Super Bowl.
It's unbelievable. The minute I landed, I saw everything. You see the lights, you see everything. Everywhere you look, there's something going on. The people watching is unbelievable. And
the King Elvis Presley sounded his siren in his second period.
And then Bubba Watson.
Yeah, Bubba Watson, because Live Golf is here. Speaking of, hey, let's have a day today.
Hey, got to. So lineup got switched yesterday. Bryson, DJ, set some teeing off at 11:40 today. Actually going to be playing with lefty for the first.
Oh, wow.
Mickelson for the first 9.
That's awesome.
Bubba Watson on the back 9, and also have some young stud quarterbacks should be in the group as well.
Who's that?
Drake May.
Drake May's in Las Vegas.
He's a live guy?
Hey, he's a golfer.
I love that.
He's a live guy.
I love that.
We'll left
Tony! You don't need to start that. I can already see it.
Yep.
And
So could I.
They're right on the other side of that wall there. Like, did you hear what the Pat McAfee show said today? And then they'll walk right up here and go, hey, good to see you.
You guys are killing it.
Great to see you. We have Shannon Sharpe joining us today, Dan Marino as well.
Whoa.
You're from Pittsburgh. You hate Joe DiNardo, but you have to love Dan Marino, obviously. You're going to get a chance to ask maybe a hero of yours a question. What do you think it's going to be?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to come up with it real soon. I mean, the guy's an absolute legend. Joe Montana last week, Dan Marino this week. These are two of the biggest Yinzer legends of all time.
It's Super Bowl week. Speaking of Super Bowl week, AJ Hawk, defense is going to steal the show this weekend. Peyton Manning said it was going to be a high-scoring game. Peyton Manning said he sees this going high. You know, I think that's because of the amount of respect he has for Brock Purdy and Patrick Mahomes. And obviously, anytime you watch a Monday Night Manning cast, he's just pulling for the quarterback. Anytime there is an interception, anytime there's a sack, hates it. So is that wishful thinking? I feel like these defenses are the reasons why these teams are here.
Yeah, no, that's what when Peyton said that, it made me rethink, like, okay, am I looking at this game wrong? Because I feel like both defenses are legit. They can both play. I don't know, AQ, what do you think about this one? Like, we know the Chiefs' defense is, everyone does not give them the credit they deserve, but also this Niners defense can be legit. They can be legit. They can, but I'm saying hopefully they can stop the run. Hopefully they can stop the run.
Lions and the Packers were able to run all over them.
You know, we're used to an absolute juggernaut on that side of the ball for the Niners. Obviously, on every level, they got all pros. Lost an All-Pro early this year. Me and AQ actually talking about it a few weeks ago with Hufanga, and don't think it's quite the same defense. If I had to give the edge to a defense, it would definitely be Spags and the Chiefs right now. But to your point, a lot of points. Two great offensive mind calling plays, and the two obviously great quarterbacks. So I can see.
I hope it's high scoring. I really do. I don't want to see a defensive battle in the Super Bowl.
I think everybody expects it to be high scoring, at least what everybody's saying. I don't see that. I think in the Super Bowl, I think in the playoffs period, nobody ever plays their best offensive football because you get conservative. You start to dial some things back.
Not Andy Reid.
Yeah, everybody.
Not Andy Reid. You watch some tape.
I have.
Why don't you watch some
They
tape?
were down 10 in the fourth quarter a couple years ago to the same team.
Yeah, and they only scored 17, I guess, against the Baltimore Ravens, but the Baltimore Ravens defense is phenomenal. They've been actually playing a style in which it is complementary football with the defense, which is kind of a beautiful thing.
To the points, the winning score average over all the Super Bowls, the winners average 30 points per game. The run defenses are a thing because KC gave up a ton on the ground to Buffalo, and then yards per carry, they gave up a ton to the Ravens, but the Ravens didn't run the ball for some reason.
Just stopped.
And then when you go to the other side, the Niners gave up a bunch to the Packers and Lions. I think it's a ground game, and whoever stops the run best, I think, is going to win this one.
Well, anybody that stops runs going to win football.
Sure.
We're back in like 1980 football.
It's awesome. Feels good.
I'm telling you, and it's so funny. When you look at teams early in the season, you can almost look at them, even if they don't start off hot, and say if they got a good offensive line and a good defensive line, they're going to be in the playoffs. No matter what, still to this day, we have all this high-flying new offense stuff. The teams with the best lines end up in the end.
Chiefs, 45% of multiple tight end sets in the playoffs. 45% of their snaps. Pacheco's getting like 20.
That's got to be the highest ever Andy Reid's had.
A lot. Yeah, that's a lot. Pacheco's getting over 20 carries a game. So to your point, a lot of ground game. But at some point, I think these offenses will have to open it up.
Lombo, we hear Michael Lombardi say all the time, Andy Reid hates calling running plays, which, I mean, I don't know if he hates it, but he definitely likes to air it out a bit. But let's see if the Chiefs will stick with the run. I would imagine they will.
Lombo's done 13, 14 interviews already.
Yeah.
Has he really?
Yeah, he's been working a room.
Hot in the streets.
He's been working a room. Absolute dog. Let's talk about run game coordinator down there in Miami. Joe Barry gets the gig for the Miami Dolphins as the run game coordinator. Ty, I know you and the Packers were obviously bummed to see him go.
Yeah, definitely bummed. This is the kind of thing I just don't understand. It makes no sense. Like they haven't. That's been the knock on the Packers for the last 5 years is they can't stop the run. You know, I don't think he's at a unit above ranked like 26th in his tenure. So for him to be the guy to, be setting up your run fits as a defense and stuff like that, going from Vic Fangio to Joe Barry, I mean, no disrespect, but it's wild.
Oh, Ty Schmidt says bad move. That's what he said. Did you hear that, AJ? Terrible hire by Mike McDaniel. Mike Daniel.
You didn't think he was going to get a job in the NFL?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, like, this guy is horseshit at stopping the run. and they're hiring him to come in and overhaul their, run fits and stopping the run.
Yeah, but they didn't have the right guys, right? They didn't have enough talent on Green Bay to
Well,
stop.
that's what I was thinking. I wonder if he said that, like, listen, I know everyone says, we got 9-10 first-round draft picks. Those guys stink. Okay, you guys got some dogs. Let me show you what I can do with Van Ginkel. Maybe that's what put him over the edge.
Well, Andrew Van Ginkel's a guy. That AFC East all of a sudden getting stout with former big-time coaches, Boston Con.
Yeah, I mean, look out. I assume they brought Joe Barry in like, hey, okay, how do we attack a defense that you would have, but then imagine it good? So, like, if you are, your name's Joe Barry, but let's say your name's Steve Spagnuolo, okay? What are you doing here? And then you tell us so that our offense, so Mike Daniel, some would say, they bring him in, to figure out where to run the rock. Do you know what I'm saying?
I agree. And I think Joe Barry can method act maybe as somebody else and get the job done. Yeah. Now, let's talk about a coaching hire that would send shockwaves through the NFL. Rex Ryan is back interviewing for defensive coordinator jobs in the NFL. The NFL gets better if Rex Ryan is back inside of it, AJ Hawk. Now, there is people that have told us. Rex Ryan told me whenever I was doing Get Up in those early mornings a couple years back, I said, Rex, we need you back coaching. Now, love you on TV. His energy's phenomenal.
He's the best.
He'll get into a 4-point stance on his knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
He is a football guy through and through, has been. Family, we get it. We love Rex Ryan on TV. Yeah, his teeth are
phenomenal.
Aside from JJ.
Of course.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And
Roman Reigns.
Sure.
Shannon Sharpe.
Shannon Sharpe will be joining us.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We're talking about the pantheon of teeth.
Good teeth.
Rex Ryan has them for sure. He told me that he didn't want to get back into coaching because, like weighing pros and cons seemingly business-wise. Why would I want to, unless you're a head coach, it's not really worth it. Now it feels like with how much money they're paying, owners are paying money now.
Yep.
Like, hey, there's no salary cap for the coaches. You can pay them whatever, and they are paying them all whatever. And with what Sean Payton made and Harbaugh just made, if a team really wants to make a play, like Jerry Jones and Dallas Cowboys, all of a sudden what used to be a head coaching contract is a coordinator job, and you don't have to deal with any of the bullshit of what a head coach has to deal with, and you're back in the game. Rex Ryan might be back in the NFL.
Dallas.
I am pumped about that.
And if I'm a DC, if I'm considering, or a former DC, and I'm considering to get back in coaching, just like we say head coaches, okay, we're looking at who's my quarterback. If I'm building a defense and I got Michael Parsons that I could build a defense around, that's probably a job that's going to take me out of the booth, especially if it's Dallas, where you assume he'll be one of the highest paid coordinators if he takes that job.
God. Rex Ryan doing press in the media. Him on the sideline.
I'm sure he knows what Dan Quinn was making.
Yes, I am certain he does. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a Hall of Famer. He's a man who, this particular football season, has taken over the world. They did a ranking of sports entertainment media people.
There it is.
Yep.
This guy was number one.
Whoa.
Everybody else on the list was like, yep, that makes sense. Not only is he on linear television, not only does he have his own interview podcast, he streams live alongside Ocho Cinco and creates some of the biggest clips that the internet has ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
The host of the biggest interview of the last 6 months. Ladies and gentlemen, icon, legend, Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah, Shannon.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Hey, we got you one of these. I legitimately.
You got me a Madonna mic?
Yeah. Whenever I looked at this, I said, "Is Shannon Sharpe's head gonna fit on the?" We good?
Yeah.
Come on. There's your control right there. Anything you need, Shannon. Hey.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, but let's go.
Let's go. Come on.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep. Stack of black. Whew.
We should have money plays, but because.
Oh!
Yikes.
Ooh! 19. There might be jokers in here.
Yeah.
That's big.
Baby!
Scripted.
Love it.
You know what?
Wow.
I do. I'm going all in. I'm going, yeah, baby.
All right, here we go.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
You got to offer me insurance.
No, we don't do that.
What kind of casino you running, man? See, down. I got to get insurance.
No. All mine. Well,
Cars don't lie.
ladies and gentlemen, Shane Sharpe.
21 Savage.
I was supposed to get insurance. You got to give me insurance.
No, we don't do insurance. No, we don't do sucker bets. You don't do sucker bets. We know that. Unc, hell of a football season by you.
Hey, man.
Hell yeah.
Legitimately.
Bro, I appreciate it. Can you hear me? How's my volume?
You sound good. You sound really good. This year, whenever you make the jump over to First Take, obviously you've been crushing it with Undisputed, with Skip, and we don't have to get into all of that. I think you've covered that 1,000 times. Whenever you sign up to do First Take, and then you Club Shay goes to another level, and then Nightcap with Ocho, did you expect to become the biggest thing in sports? Because that is literally what happened seemingly in like 2-3 months.
No. When Stephen A. reached out, and I think I've shared the call, he reached out and said, "Big boy, I want you." I said, Stephen A., bro, you know I'm a big personality. He's like, bro, I want you. He says, I don't do the hiring, but I have talked to my bosses, Jimmy Pitaro, Dave Roberts, Burke Magnus, obviously Bob Iger, and that's going to be their call. But I let them know if they wanted to bring you on, I wouldn't have a problem with it. And I said, man, that means a lot to me. And so when, I sat down, actually Dave Roberts was getting married in Atlanta. I happened to be in Atlanta. We had breakfast. He asked me what was I looking for. I said, you tell me what you're looking for because you already know what I bring to the table. And so it worked. It worked, and Stephen A. and I have a great relationship. I mean, Stephen A. and I have always been cool. I would see him at events like this. I would see him out from time to time, but we didn't have the type of relationship that we have now, P-Mac. And so for us to be able to, I mean, he went to an HBCU. I went to an HBCU. We're very, very close in age. And so it was, for me, it just seemed like a natural fit, and everything just kind of took off from there. He came on my podcast. I've gone on his, but we just have a great relationship, and he's been giving me some very, very, very sound advice.
Yeah, you're both electric. I think as soon as we heard the thought of you two being on television, we all got very, very excited. Yep. I mean, we all got very excited. And also, as former players, very proud.
Yes.
And I think you need to keep leading the way and doing it all. We're very, very grateful for you. Now,
well, that's how I look at you, P-Mac.
No, we're not getting into it. Don't do it.
No, because I think the thing is, P, is that a lot of people don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you. And I was like, why? I said, do you understand what he's been able to do? He's been able to take a small thing digitally and take it linear while keeping his naming rights, still has YouTube, still have the audio downloads. I said, you want to see him succeed because that way it shows people the model that he's doing. It actually works. So if he were to, because he's the first to do it. So if he as big as he is, if it doesn't work, what do you think the chances are with your little platform you're going to be able to do?
I appreciate
that. So that's how I look at it. And I told you, I said, bro, if you need it, like if you got something big and you want to talk, say, hey, you can hit me up and say, bro, I need you tomorrow. Can you give me 10 minutes? I'm there.
Yeah, and we're thankful for that. And you stopping by here, we never wanted, the first time you came on, we wanted to make sure it was beautiful. And this
bro.
Hey, this is certainly the right time. Look at this set, dude.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Look at this set.
Perfect.
This is awesome, but here's the thing. When Oikos, when we were doing the spot, they asked me, like, there's anybody. I was like, and so they kind of sent me the list of Russ. Said, well, he needs to be, like, at the top of the list. I don't want to be, like, the last couple of minutes when he got to close out. We only got, like, 4 or 5 minutes. I move him to the front so we can have as much time as we actually need to talk about whatever he wants to talk about. Obviously, we're going to talk about the product and the spot that I did with Martin Lawrence in the big game. I said, but I want to spend some quality time with him. And
don't you enjoy the big game talk? We had to use Superb Owl.
Yes,
we used one time the Superb Owl. What are you doing with Oikos? Were you with Martin Lawrence?
We did a spot with Martin Lawrence.
Are you acting, or what are we doing?
Well, yeah, kind of. I'm good because here's the thing: when Oikos reached out, they did some work with me last year. They did a spot, a sponsorship with Ocho and Coach Brown. Yes, and they did the spot, and it turned out really well. And so when they called me back, first I was honored because you understand these big companies, they have their choice. Any celeb, any entertainer, any current or former athlete, they chose me to pair with Martin. And so when they reached out, obviously, I'm listening. Oh, sure. And then they say, you're with Martin. We know what Martin is, one of the great stand-ups of any generation. He had the Martin Lawrence show. We love that. And now he's an A-list movie star. So it was an opportunity for me to be paired with someone of his ilk and his talent. And so I was greatly humbled and I was greatly honored that Oikos chose me. Now, also, doing the give back to the HBCUs. I'm an HBCU alum. When people ask me, P. Mac, they say, where did you go to school? I said, no, I graduated from Savannah State. I didn't go, I graduated. So I just didn't go, I graduated. We understand that HBCUs are underfunded and under-resourced. And so for Oikos to have an opportunity to make sure they have quality nutrition, I was humbled. It was something that was near and dear to my heart, and I greatly appreciate them for that. And so when the opportunity presented itself, And if you know how much time you have to put into these to make them successful. People think, oh, man, you don't work but 2 hours a day. You a damn lie.
Yeah. Everything's easy. Everything's easy.
Until you have to do it.
Well.
Until you have to do it. I'm shooting, 4 episodes of Nightcap. I do 2 shows of First Take, and then sometimes I do 2 to 3 tapings of Club Shay Shay in a week. So I'm doing somewhere between 7 and 10 shows a week. And so that's
it's easy. You get to remember, and you make it look so easy. Remember, you're doing nothing.
Well, when you
you're just talking, aren't you?
Well, see, when you get a guy like Cat Williams, then
so hold on, let's talk. I want to get into that because we've been in some conversations. This particular program that has certainly reached much farther than the sports world, and have gone into some things where I didn't have the answers to. And I'm talking obviously about us chatting with Aaron.
Yeah.
And I am a massive believer in hey, we learned about how one of the greatest football players of all time feels about things in real time. That is also journalism. Now, if you don't agree with what he's saying, that's allowed to happen. You're allowed to counter. You're allowed to yell at him. You're allowed to think whatever you want. But he's also allowed to feel how he feels,
right.
No matter how wrong you think it is. This is society. This is the way the world is. Now, obviously, some of the things he said got us into some shit. And also, Aaron's been a part of our program for a long time. That's who he is. So whenever we get into it, there's times where I feel bad. I'm like, man, okay, because there's people that get really upset about it, but I didn't know enough about the topic.
Right.
When Cat comes on your show and he starts sawing that, and Cat, we grew up in the Cat Williams era. So whenever every day I'm doing bowling, and we sweating all over the place. Right. We respect Cat. When you're having that conversation with him, is there moments in there where you're like, damn, I have no idea what I'm supposed to say to that? Is there any of those moments? Because I have those moments sometimes where I'm like, I have no idea what the hell I am even supposed to say to that. That's way out of my world.
P-Mac.
Did you think that during that?
No.
How many? 100-some million? How many?
Oh yeah.
Well, we've done just the live, just the total show, which was 2 hours and 46 minutes and 5 seconds. We're almost at 58 million views.
Damn.
Totally, we're about 96 million views because we chopped it up and we had shorts. Yes, we had shorts.
Absolutely.
This is what I tell people: if you watch us or you listen to us, I'm a conversationalist.
Me too.
If you want hard hitting, that's 60 minutes. That's Dateline. That's 48 hours. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to open up the floor. I'm not going to cut the guest off. A lot of times, people that have platforms like this, they like to hear their voice. When people watch, when they turn on and they listen and they watch or they listen to Club Shay Shay, they want to hear my guest voice. So my job is to get out of the way. P-Mac, I had to make a split-second decision because when he came on, he was already on one. If you remember, he was doing this. So I already knew because he were talking, and I was like, okay, let's get him mic'd up.
How long you talked to him before?
We talked. He got there early. So that's why I lost track of time. Because normally when they said, okay, we're going at noon, okay, I get there around 11:30. CJ and I, who is the producer, any last-minute things, and I'll go and I'll say, CJ, I think I want to start here, and I want to go in this direction. He's like, okay, hey, I trust you. Do what you do. And so he gets there early, and so he's talking, and I said, okay, let's get him mic'd up. So we go 15, 20 minutes before the noon hour. So I'm thinking in my mind, damn, we started at noon, but I forgot that we started 20 minutes early. And so once he gets going, so I'm like, okay, he says, so I give my introduction. Welcome to Club Shay Shay, blah, blah, blah. I tell you who he is, some of the things that he's done. And so how you doing, Cat? We toast. And now I'm about to ask my first question, and he says, I want to tell you why I came. Okay, tell me why you came. He goes 30 minutes before I'd ask a question. Now, I could have easily cut him off.
El Portier.
Yeah. I could have easily cut him off, P-Mac. But if I'd have cut him off, maybe he loses his train of thought. Maybe he doesn't get to what he got to. He goes 30. Okay, now it's my time to get in here. Okay, where you from. But a lot of the stuff he was saying, because I don't live in that world. People think because, oh, Shannon, you live in Hollywood, you must have heard, you must have been. No, bro. I got my own thing. And what somebody else has going on, ain't got ish to do with me. That ain't my life. That doesn't pay my bills. So why am I worried about what somebody else is doing? Okay, you decide, fans, listening, watching. You decide whether or not you believe him. Was it tough hearing some of the things that he was saying? Yes, because I have a personal relationship with Earthquake. I've had Steve Harvey on the show. I consider him a friend. I've had Ricky Smiley on the show. Kevin Hart, I've been to his home. So to hear some of this stuff, but it's not my place to say, Cat, you got to stop. Oh, you wrong, or that's a lie. because I'm taking, just like when Ricky Smiley said that he was originally supposed to play the Santa Claus, I'm taking him at his word because I wouldn't know that. Nobody has ever heard that before. I'm thinking that's truth because he's on the set.
Credible source.
Yes.
Yeah,
so why would I? So if I'm to believe that someone is coming on my show and everything out of their mouth is a lie, why the hell would I have them on?
Yeah. Hey, listen. We're in an interesting game.
We are.
Hey, 58 million views though.
Hell yeah.
Almost 58 million views.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Crazy.
It's not, obviously, I'm sure there's people that watch that weren't exactly thrilled. Yeah. And there's people that listen to me talking aren't exactly thrilled. But it is a wild scene whenever you start having actual conversations as opposed to stage conversations, which I think a lot of media has always been.
Yes.
And it's like podcasting obviously has changed that. And everybody that starts a podcast says, I want to have a real conversation with people. It's like, well, when you have real conversations with people, you're going to learn
it's going to be uncomfortable.
You're going to learn real stuff from people.
Yes.
And now we're getting to do that at a much higher level, I think, because the people that are more willing to share their stories and who they are, as opposed to just a set question. So it's like, it's an interesting time.
Yeah.
And boy, our shins have taken it pretty heavily.
Yeah, actually, and I have Monique on, and she's coming out throwing haymakers also, which is going to be very interesting. But I want to thank Oikos for giving me the opportunity.
Hell
here.
yeah.
I'm on Media Row, and I'm representing them, and I really want to thank them. Go out, try the Oikos 000 and the Pro Max. Not Pro Max, just Pro. Jam-packed with protein. It's a really good product. I really appreciate them. High in nutrition. You know, P-Mac, we on the go, so we can't sit down and eat nutritious meal all the time. We got to get it in when we can.
Looks like you're eating pretty nutritious.
Yeah.
AJ has a question for you.
Yeah. So John Elway. We watched that guy play. I think he's a lot more physically imposing than people think when you see him on TV. You see him in person. That dude is built. He definitely was at the time. What was it like playing with him, and could you compare him to anybody in the modern day?
What was it like playing for him? This is when I try to tell people when we talk about quarterbacks. When you have a guy like a John Elway, you have a Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, a Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, there's not a hope to win. There's an expectation to win.
Yeah.
And so every time I took the field on Sunday, I knew I had the utmost opportunity to win this ball game. There was never a game that I went in that I was like, damn, we ain't got no chance today. We always got a chance because we got that guy. When you play with a guy like that, you're so afraid to let him down because you know the hard work that he puts into it. You know the film study that he's put into it. You know the mental prep that he's gone through. And so for you, if he's willing to do what he's doing, nothing less is accepted of you or expected of you. And so he held everybody accountable, and you were so afraid to let him down because you knew what he was willing to do in order to win. And so it was great. And sometimes maybe it's unfair to me because you played with Peyton.
Yep.
I played with Seven. And when you play with guys like that, that's the expectation level, and that's why it's so hard. That's why it's hard for players to be coached, great players to be coached, because what do they compare the players to themselves?
Yeah.
And that is so unfair. And I asked Coach Prime, I said, Time, how do you do it? Because for me, we go over plays Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We have meetings, probably 6-7 hours during the day. Okay, we practice those plays 6-7 hours during the week, and then we have a walkthrough. And the night before the game, we get the first 15 plays, and these are the plays that we're going to run. This is what the defense is going to give us. And I'd be damn if don't somebody go out there and mess it up. I'm like, bro, how? We just spent 30 hours going over these plays, and we went over these first 15 plays. These are the first 15 plays that we're going to run. And you mess it up, I would lose my mind.
That's why you're a Hall of Famer, though.
Yeah.
That's why you're a Hall of Famer. D-But's got a question
Absolutely.
for you.
Hall of Famer, game changer on that Mount Rushmore at the tight end position in this big game. Obviously, you got a lot of experience in this game. Got two great tight ends, probably two of the best in the league right now with Travis Kelce, George Kittle. Obviously, great receiving, but I think both of them do a good job in that run game, too. What are you expecting to see from these guys on both offenses in this game?
You know, normally when teams have great tight ends, they struggle covering the tight end. That's what I've noticed. I mean, we struggle when I was in the league. I mean, playing with the Broncos, if the other team had a really good to a great tight end, we struggle covering them. They struggle covering me.
Yep.
The thing is that both of these guys are so great at run after the catch. So, in other words, you got to do a great job of where he catches the ball. You got to make sure he doesn't go any further than that, because Kittle is a monster with the ball in his hand, and he's basically an offensive lineman that can catch and run because he's dominating the point of attack. Normally, linebackers have success against tight ends have success against linebackers or against smaller guys. This man can manhandle defensive end. He'll take a D end one-on-one and wipe him out.
Yeah, saw it last week.
He's unbelievable. And then you got Kelsey, who's so slithery, so smooth. I mean, with the swag that he has, when you see him walking around, he plays like that on the field.
Yeah, got that Kelsey face.
Yeah. I don't know who thought that was a great idea. To start off Black History Month, it was the white guy that created it.
That was tough.
But if you watch Kelsey and the way he moves, and you watch the wavelength that he and that Patrick Mahomes have together, man, that's why I got him as for me, he's my GOAT tight end. Because if you look at
a big statement.
That's huge.
But if you and people say, well, Shannon, what about Gronk? Okay, he can match Gronk stat for stat. Playoffs, he can match, and he one-ups him in the regular season. I mean, he puts up numbers like he's a wide receiver. I mean, prior to him, no tight end had more than 2 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. He's put together 6, 7, 8. He was 16 yards away from putting together another 9th 1,000-yard season. And then when he gets to the playoffs, he raises his level.
Just past Jerry Rice.
There's something to be said about a guy that, okay, he performs at this level in the regular season. But once he gets to the playoffs, he goes here. There have been very few guys that can raise their level of play once it comes to the postseason. That's what sets him, that's what set the Gronks apart from all the other tight ends, is that once they got to the playoffs and we knew what they were, we knew teams were trying to take them out, and they take their level of play to another level.
Not just playoffs, teams trying to take them out. The best teams are trying to take them out.
And you put your best cover guy. They're getting top-notch corners. They're not getting typical linebackers to cover them. Well, you're foolish if you put a linebacker at this stage of what you know what they can do. But he's unbelievable. I love him. I love the way he plays the game. I love Kittle. I love the passion in which both guys play with, and I think you have to have it.
Ball.
I love the passion in his football, and I know Kelsey has this thing going on, and everybody's
What's
saying
that?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, it's a relationship.
But hey,
I heard they eat oikos.
I hope so. But you got to be able to compartmentalize to be great in this game. And that's what and for him to be able to maintain a relationship like that and still stay focused, because I could not.
Me neither.
Because
we actually told him that.
It was football, and it was football, and it was football. Well, what about you? Well, it was football. It was football.
He had paparazzi following him to practice facility. Like all year. We talked to him about it. We're like, you're on every commercial. You got people hating on you that never met you before.
Yes.
You got paparazzi following you. You're on the cover of every tabloid. And he was like, yeah, I did actually have to kind of take a step back. Mental toughness. Yeah. That's what the greats have. We got to let you go, obviously. Yeah. But this weekend, you got first take Thursday, Friday?
I got Thursday, Friday. Yeah.
So are you making picks? Do you make a pick? When will you do that?
I can make a pick. You know what? I mean, I've known Christian McCaffrey since he was 2. I've known Kyle Shanahan since he was 12. I would really, really like to see the 49ers win the Super Bowl. Man, how can I bet against my homeboy?
So go to hell to the team.
I'm going to bet against my homeboy because I want the 49ers to win.
All right.
But Buffalo was supposed to dispatch of them. The Ravens was supposed to dispatch of them. And the way they played in the regular season, only Kansas City fans and those guys in that locker room thought they would be here, because ain't no way in hell, given the way they was dropping balls and the way that offensive line was playing, I said ain't no way in hell.
And the drama, throwing helmets, yelling at refs. We're chewing out refs. I mean, it was a different year there for a bit.
But that defense has been top-notch all year long. And Patrick Mahomes, whether you need him to throw for 400 and win a game or throw for 133, 140, but he's going to have a high completion percentage. He's unbelievable. He's the best in the game. It's hard to bet against that guy, but I kind of want to see C-Mac and Kyle Shanahan win it.
I can see a little nostalgia. All right, you got to get out of here. You have no chips, bub. So.
No, man. I was supposed to get insurance, which would have been even money to get my money back.
Do not do insurance. You're too good at business, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Sharpe.
Appreciate that feedback. Have a good one, bro.
What a legend. Hey, by the way.
Thank you.
Strapping.
Hey, where are you right now? Weigh.
I'm heavy now. I'm probably like 256.
256?
Like 2% body fat, probably.
What?
Get down. Catch me in 3 months, I'll be like 42, but I'll be about 3%.
Jeez.
3%.
I love when you ask guys like that how much they weigh, and they're like, maybe 256. They give you the most exact. 256 and a third.
Today I had some macro proteins. So the way that is cooking with my body this morning, probably a pound or two more.
We just saw Stink before we were live.
Yeah. Holy hell.
Great too,
Mark
man.
They played together, yeah.
Mark Schler's neck besides that cowboy hat. AQ Shipley's going to make his way back out here as we wrap up this first hour. That Cat Williams interview.
Unbelievable.
Obviously, probably not what he wants to talk about here, Super Super Bowl week, but it was like we have been in a similar situation as old Shannon Sharpe.
SNL.
Which was a hilarious bit.
Fantastic.
The way he explained it, though, was, I mean, he was 100% right. Like, we do it the same way. We're not here to cut the guest off, and, like, this is a platform for them to say what they want, and if you have a problem with it,
good. Tell him.
Yeah.
Go. How about when I did check your friend Aaron?
Yeah.
Our friend Aaron.
What about?
He had a 30-minute rebuttal.
Yeah.
He had a 30-minute rebuttal.
Are you surprised by that?
No, which is why it was like.
Well, Pat actually said, I don't want to do this, but the internet wants me to check you, so.
Gotta check you.
So whenever you say blah, 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 what does it actually mean? Well, funny you say that. I got actually this research project that I got sent from Sweden.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm in this.
Waiting for you.
Well, I certainly don't have that. AQ, Shannon Sharpe, 3 times the size of every other human we've seen. He is a machine, that guy. You missed him. I want to let you know that.
I really did, but I did get to see him backstage, and we need to get on his workout plan. How do we make that happen?
Well, I think he's getting down to 242 with 3% body fat.
Yeah.
I don't think we do that.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I don't think we can get to that.
Some of that is you're just born with.
Some of it's Maybelline.
That's country strong right there.
Oikos.
Yeah, eating a lot of Oikos.
Oikos yogurt.
Oikos,
What? Yeah, I didn't know. So Oikos is yogurt.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yep.
I knew that whole
Greek
time.
yogurt. What is that? How does it differentiate from?
It comes from Greece.
It's protein yogurt.
Okay.
It is fantastic.
Why do I ask?
Genuinely.
Well, we should eat it.
Yeah, if he's doing it, I might not AQ, whatever he's doing.
Yeah, we don't know what AQ doesn't eat yogurt.
They got strawberries.
47 pills a day.
I need to wear a tighter shirt.
Strawberries on the bottom. I'm all in.
All right, we're wrapping up hour 1 here. D-Butt obviously heading off to the Live Golf
Hell yeah.
Man, good
Celebrity Golf Tournament.
It's
D-Butt, you want to shoot a basketball here to maybe get some winners on this glorious
liner. It's gonna be
first
a liner.
day. Now, do we have a camera that catches D-Butch and the basketball hoop? We didn't even really think about that
move.
as we were piecing it all
Where's he
together.
shooting from here?
Right here?
Yeah.
I think so. Foxy, do you have a camera that could get the basketball hoop?
Oh, you want a free throw?
Go from the free throw line. Then.
That would have to zoom out.
Use your PTZ.
Let's see. From here?
Yeah, right there looks good.
There
you go.
it is.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, to kick off this glorious Super Bowl week from Radio Row, Darius J. Butler, who's about to go golf with Phil Mickelson.
Yeah.
He's about to go golf with Phil Mickelson
I learned something.
Real.
in a matter of moments. If you make this shot, first one of the week, first attempt of the week, 25 people, $500. All they got to do is retweet this post, say something nice to somebody, and
Yep.
small ball. Big hoop. We knew it was going to be good.
Tough with the small ball.
And put the easiest way to pay you digitally.
tough.
D-Butch,
here we go.
hell of a year this year, pal. Good luck at the Live Golf Tourney.
Hell yeah.
Rip it up with Phil.
Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you, buddy.
Let him
Hit
do
it
the
straight,
flop
good
shot
luck.
over your head.
All right, boys.
See you, buddy.
Swing hard,
Good
D-Butt.
luck.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That stinks.
So he's going to golf with Phil Mickelson for real.
That's absurd.
That's what he's going to do right now. J.J. Watt will be joining us in the next hour. AQ Shipley will be in and out. Dan Marino's still to join.
Oh, yeah.
I believe Darius's microphone's still on.
still on.
Sure.
Should probably mute that.
There it is.
Hey, man, we figured it out.
Good work.
Back there taking a leak or something.
Baker Mayfield just showed up. Holy hell.
Where?
Hey, that a baby, Bake.
Oh.
Hey,
It's out of the
Are you doing lap? Are you doing laps right now, or what are you? All right, if you want to stop back later. Great performance at the Pro Bowl, pal. Great performance.
Orlovsky beat you, but
Also, they had him have a hoodie under his jersey. He looked
Yeah.
like he's 500 pounds.
Yeah, it did.
what was that about?
I didn't want to tell him right there he's starting his entire day, but if he was to come back, I would say, hey, they had you kind of look like a fatso.
Yeah,
Right.
he looked great right there.
Fantastic. Great shape.
Not
And
a
the way he
fatso.
played in flat, great.
Yeah.
He's going to get paid,
MVP.
too.
Hey, they said you looked fat. People were saying you looked fat. Not now. At the thing.
Best up.
Here, right there, Baker, right there. We got 30 seconds to where we got a hard out.
Yeah.
We'll just continue through on YouTube. Hey, Bake.
I had a couple microphone wraps underneath.
Yeah, they had the hoodie on underneath
Flak
too.
jacket, yeah.
All right, we got to take a break here on ESPN. We'll continue live on YouTube, though, with you in like 20 seconds. We'll continue live from Radio Row. Obviously, NFC MVP of the Pro Bowl just this past weekend. Baker Mayfield will join us on the other side. Boomer Sooner. And then we'll see J.J. Watt in about 3. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We'll see you then. Okay, now we're still live here on YouTube.
Love it.
Bake. Incredible performance at the Pro Bowl, pal. Where are we sitting at for next year? Do we have any idea of what we got going on?
Well, obviously the hire of Liam Cohen was a big first step, so somebody that I'm familiar with. So we're looking forward to that.
And you're with Advanced Auto Parts right now? You about to change a tire?
Oh, yes.
Oh, so we got car batteries. So
Ooh.
Super Bowl Sunday is a big deal, right? Next Sunday is National Car Battery Day.
Whoa!
Yeah, we knew that. We knew that.
Damn.
Pretty big deal.
That's
but
why we're here.
If there's a false start in the game and you register at aapfallstarts.com, you can get a chance to win free car batteries for life.
You are so good.
Yeah.
Holy hell,
so
Baker.
good at this.
Plug, plug.
Holy shit! This was Baker like a few.
This is
Remember?
awesome.
This is
He was
unbelievable.
in the stadium was his house.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then he was sweeping up the thing.
Of course.
Yeah, you're
Forgot the
phenomenal.
groceries.
I forgot you were such a good pitchman.
How they bring it, you
I
bring it
try.
back. You bring it back to the product.
Yeah,
you
every
tie
time.
it into
I
the
try my
game,
best.
to the big game Sunday.
Now, not necessarily going to change my own car battery, but I'll have.
Well, you've earned the right not to have to do that anymore. Congrats.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Now the false start. We're looking for false starts,
Just one.
and then we're going to falsestartaap.com,
aapfallstarts.com.
AP.
and then you could potentially win car batteries for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah, not your car life, your life.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn.
What are batteries going to look like though 10 years from now, Bake? Now that you know cars so much.
How do they dig up the minerals to get those batteries?
Yeah, explain to us the cobalt mines.
I don't know if it's in my wheelhouse.
That's fair.
I know a lot
You're
about
good,
nothing,
don't
but
make
not necessarily this.
How was the year with Tampa? Seemed to be majestic,
It was
honestly.
awesome. Like after I saw you guys, obviously we went on a little bit of a lull there, but
Yeah, it was kind of bullshit because we couldn't hype you up.
It was a bummer.
Yeah, we were bummed, like super bummed.
Saved it for the end.
everybody stuck together though. It was a good group, and like even through all the BS, losing 6 out of 7 games in a row, like it's everybody stuck together, didn't flinch, and so figured out that backs against the wall for the back half of the year and figured it out.
You're that type of guy, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Backs against the wall, going to play his best.
Corner of the bar.
What do you need?
Pissed off. All you can do is fight for it.
Connor has a question for you, Bake.
Yeah, Baker. Obviously, going into the offseason, not really too sure about the future. Was that a thought during the season? Where it was like, hey, I'm playing with house money here. I'm hitting incentives every time we win a game. This
Pro
is
Bowl
awesome.
or playoffs.
Pro Bowl
Spinning it.
playoffs. Was that a thought at all, or
At that point, just trying to put myself in the best position moving forward to free agency and just enjoying it while I can, because that was the first time having fun playing football again, to be honest with you. So just enjoying it and not knowing how long it would be.
hell yeah?
Hey, we're really happy you're not a fatso.
Yeah.
People are saying you look like a fatso.
It was bad.
I love food though.
Yeah.
I'm not
Sure.
gonna deny
Who
that.
doesn't?
What is your favorite? Like pizza? You're a pizza guy?
I'm a Mexican food guy.
Oh,
But I keep it on the skinny Marg side though.
okay.
Okay.
We're not going all the high fructose corn syrup.
Art.
Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you. Have a good one out
appreciate
there.
that.
Shout out to Advanced Auto Parts.
And the
Good luck with
batteries.
everything, Bake.
Free batteries.
Bake.
We don't want to put them in a tough spot.
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Radio Row, live from the Mandalay Bay Convention Center for Super Bowl 58 here in Las Vegas. Hour 2 of the program starts now. Football is the story of the week, not only here in Las Vegas, but across the world, as we will crown this year's Super Bowl champion on Sunday as the Kansas City Chiefs take on the San Francisco 49ers. Now, I'm not alone here. No, Super Bowl champion himself, all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Hawk. Is great to see you, A.J.
Baby AJ.
You look really fit, A.J.
Great to be here. Well, another guy coming on the stage in a second is very fit as well.
Yeah, he is. Very tall as well. Speaking of being fit and tall, one half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys, Tone Diggs is here. You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So do you.
John, what are we thinking bet-wise? What was it? The underdogs are the bet in this.
Underdog 16-6 run there, and then the actual lower seed and team with a worse record is on a 15-2 run, 14-1-1 run, whatever, however you want to say it. But yeah, dogs and the team that's coming in with the worst seed and worst record has been on a hot streak.
The dogs in this particular one, Kansas City
Yep.
Chiefs, lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl just a few years back. The man that was on that team, coaching and playing Jackie Moon, AQ Shipley. Super Bowl buzz is different, AQ.
It's always different. It's the best week of the year. We talk about it. You feel it for you guys. You feel it for the players. It is the biggest game watched in the world, and it's for a reason.
Biggest league in the world. And there's soccer people that always are going to chime in. Enough.
Yeah, stop it.
Please. We're trying to like your sport, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We got Methie
Yeah.
in Miami.
Right.
Burnley's our team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
We try to watch. We're trying to get into it.
We are.
You're not the NFL.
No.
No.
Okay. So
Nobody is.
let's make sure we understand that. But they're also not the NHL.
No.
and a man who knows a lot about the big moment. He's a Stanley Cup champion, member now officially of the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Ty Schmidt, how you feeling, pal?
I'm doing okay. It's a little toasty. I'm not going to lie to you guys. A couple, maybe like 45 minutes in there, I thought I was just going to doze off because I'm just baking right now. But this is awesome. I mean, this is why we play the game. This is why we come to Radio Row, so you can see all these people. And, every once in a while you just got to reach within yourself, show a little grit, and just remember what those boys are going to be fighting for on Sunday.
Haven't heard you chirp anybody. Pretty good vibes coming off the big win over Edmonton last night.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to, chirp anybody that. And anytime I, look over, I cut my microphone's back down, and I feel like you guys either aren't hearing me or I'm sending out a lot of static. So I'm kind of trying to just minimize how much I move.
You look very comfortable, right? Doesn't he look comfortable? AJ?
Yeah, he does. Very, very comfortable.
I think that's what people would say.
Oh, yeah, I'm incredibly comfortable. No question about it.
He's got to wear it tonight to dinner, right?
You guys got actual skates on.
I do have actual skates on. My feet hurt bad.
Should have went bigger size?
Well, I kind of said that, and everyone was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, we got 11s for you. Like, oh, they'll still be way big on you. They're not. They're tight. They're very, very tight. I have wide feet as well. So, but again, boys got a massive W last night and the streak of Edmonton, so I was going to do whatever I had to do today.
Joining us now is a man who is obviously cultured just like Ty.
Yep.
He's now a member of the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Even has his own locker and change room, boys. Don't you, Ty?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, boys took me in there, got my own slot, and pretty sweet.
Ty almost got in the shower.
Yeah.
Should have. That would have been awesome.
I did. Took my jeans off, was walking around with my butt cheeks out, and I was like, hey, boys, you mind if I just hop in real quick?
Dude, he might have.
Were you Daffy Duck?
Ty was a zombie floating through T-Mobile Arena last night.
Yep.
Just in the locker room, on the Zamboni, up at the castle, in his suite.
Towel over the shoulder, walking out of the shower. Can you imagine?
He owned the place. It was, the hospitality was phenomenal. We did not expect that.
No, not at all.
That night really became a little bit of a runaway.
It was a bit of a runaway, pal. And I do feel like I have cement in my skates this morning, but hey, when in Vegas,
Almost broke the thing. Shout out to Matt, I believe, is the MC there. That guy's got the most juice in the league.
Yeah, he does a good job.
Joining us now is a man who owns a team in a league. Oh. He's also a man who's a first ballot Hall of Famer and one of the only members of the Houston Texans Ring of Honor. Ladies and gentlemen, JJ Watt.
Hey, JJ!
Woo! JJ!
How are you?
Hey, happy day over at the gym for you.
Oh, thank you. I just ran to Dan Marino back there. That was pretty sweet.
You gave it away.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Just give it away.
Great. Sorry. Did I ruin that?
Yeah.
Great. Welcome to the show. Sorry.
Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
How we doing?
Yep.
Is that intimidating, JJ?
No.
You're beautiful.
Not intimidating.
I heard it was, no, I mean, it's Ty. It's Ty.
It's not Ty. This is hockey
I was
Ty.
going to say, I almost dropped the F-bomb right there because you got me a little riled up. Don't make me fun.
Dude!
Right there. I saved myself, pal. Okay?
You didn't.
Yeah,
Run the tape.
Got the hockey gear on, so maybe I don't know. ESPN just allow a couple F-bombs.
I mean,
for
right?
boys, I don't want to have to dummy you over that shit. Okay? All right, I'll face wash you. I'll do it. I thought we were gonna come in and you're gonna be like, hey, I appreciate you're geared up. You look stellar, but instead you come in and
they asked me if I was intimidated.
Well,
I am not.
Well. Live.
Did I say you don't look good? Did I say you don't look fantastic? Did I say your sparkly jersey isn't beautiful?
You didn't say it.
That's a custom jersey, JJ. It's not sparkly. It's magnetic.
I heard you had a night
for me. Oh yeah.
Oh, you had a day too, Jay.
I heard
going in.
I mean, you still owe 5 beers. I'm assuming there were a lot more than 5 beers consumed.
He drank a bottle of Jack Daniels yesterday.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
brother, 5 beer.
Connor sent me a video.
5 beers right now.
I got Connor's mile run from last week's Burnley game with the goal. I have yet to receive a video of 5 beers going down.
Oh, you guys scored. We forgot about that. 3-1.
Yes. Thank you.
You got a good tie, though, recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tied. We came back. A good comeback. Rough first half, but we came back in the second half.
Hey, you look phenomenal, dude.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. You guys look great.
You look really good.
That.
The hair, you look really Super Bowl week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So what happened with the gym? You're here for CBS, obviously, because you're covering it. I saw there was a big gym fiasco, controversy. What happened with the gym?
Yes. So I went to work out in the gym. I got in a little later on Monday. I wanted to go work out.
Of course.
I mean, I'm not going to look at it was 6:30. I was going to go work out at 6:30. I didn't check the hours. I mean, why would you check the hours at 6:30 p.m.? Started my workout, real nice lather going, a good sweat.
Oh, we're in it.
Feeling good. We're in it. Just a nice little tap on the shoulder. Excuse me, we're closed. I said, what are you talking about? It's 7 o'clock. She's like, you got to get out. We're closed. I literally walked through the lobby just dumbfounded. I called my wife. I was like, I just got kicked out of the gym. It's 7 p.m. Fast forward yesterday. I'm back in the gym working out. Do my all before 7 p.m.
Smart.
I leave the gym at 6, and as I'm walking out, they're like, hey, Mr. Watt, we just want to really, really apologize for the inconvenience. We're going to leave the gym open till 9 the rest of the week. If you need it open till later, just let us know. We'll keep it open later. So first-class hospitality out of Las Vegas. Workout's not going to be a problem, but now I have to work out very late every night. Just because, if they keep it open from 7 to 9 just for you, you have to work out from 7 to 9.
Everybody.
Just let them know ahead of time if you're going to be there late or not.
This is once again J.J. Watt making other people's lives better.
Yeah.
Think about the number of people that went down there 7:02. That's like back in the day when they didn't sell Egg McMuffins past 10:30, and you were in the drive. That's what you did here.
I got
You're
people,
a hero,
but we know how it goes. I got people yelling at me. Now somebody can't be home to eat dinner with their kids because they have to stay at the gym from 7 to 9. Okay.
5 to 10 people probably have to sit there and wait.
There's 1,000 blackjack dealers on the floor. How come nobody there's people work. That's how you have
Tell them just to give you a key, actually. Tell them you'll sign a waiver.
It is a key. That's what I'm wondering. It's you go in with a key. So I'm in there.
It's Super Bowl week. They're not going to let you work out.
I'm not walking out with a bench press.
They
I'm not
need to
stealing
supervise
anything.
you in case you need a spot. That's probably what they figured.
I mean, I think it is truly a liability issue. That's my guess.
You don't let Justin James Watt stay at your hotel and then say the gym's closed.
Trust me, I agree.
Can't do it.
But customer service, phenomenal. Immediate correction, immediate whatever you need.
What hotel are you going to be working out between 7 to 9 at the gym?
We'll do it when we check out. All
right, JJ. Well, before we continue to dive into your incredible influence, not only on hotels and football and life, but also fashion. Do you see this jacket? Dude, you look phenomenal, bro. You look really...
You guys all look really good. Look at those boots.
Yeah.
Look at those boots.
The snake died in his sleep.
Yep.
We didn't kill the snake.
Definitely.
Good.
Died in his sleep.
Very good.
10 snakes.
Join it. Well, they're all sleeping. They just lived very long lives. Join us now, ladies and gentlemen. Yinzer legend out of the University of Pittsburgh. Obviously, Miami Dolphins hero, Hall of Famer, Mount Rushmore member. One of the quickest releases in the history of football. Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, Paisano Dan Marino.
Yeah. All right.
God, what a legend.
Pittsburgh legend.
Yes.
Yes, Pittsburgh legend. Dan. Are you on the air right now? Yeah, Dan, we're on the air.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the air, Dan. This is the show. This is the program. Hey. Hold on, we turn him on?
Am I on?
There you are.
There you go.
Yes.
Hey, Marino.
Yes.
Dude, I cannot believe you're on our show right now. This is a big
cool.
deal.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Okay, so you're with M&M's right now.
Yeah, that's what we have M&M's on our mind right now. Yeah, we have
peanut M&M's. What's a favorite?
Peanut butter.
Oh, wow.
That's the new ring. We got the comfort ring for Almost Champions. That's what we're putting out there this week. And,
Almost Champions.
Almost Champions. Yeah, it's me.
I'm almost champion.
Okay,
I didn't get quite that close.
Won a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
My team lost in the Super Bowl.
You're in a commercial with
I
Messi.
lost too. So, but I'm with Bruce Smith and T.O. and then Scarlett Johansson. So Scarlett Johansson was a pretty cool surprise.
Wow.
We know Scarlett Joe, wife of Colin Jost.
That's right.
Ty Schmidt over there had a conversation with her 15, 20, 25, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Just kind of at a bar a couple weeks ago in New York.
Yeah, wonderful lady.
Yeah,
Most personal friend of mine.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, Ty kind of held her hostage.
The commercial was fun.
And what did you're a great actor. Okay, right into this. Can I
ahead.
have some questions?
Yes, sir.
Dan, we love you.
Yes.
You need to know that. For what you did for Pittsburghers,
Thank
you're a
you.
legend. Hilarious human.
I love that city.
Did things your own way.
Yeah.
So speaking of acting, the story is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Right.
You were offered an amount of money, let's say $15. We don't have to give us the actual amount of money, but let's say it's $15, or a percentage of what the film makes going forward. That's just how I've always seen it. And you said to yourself, give me the money. What are we talking about? And then it goes on to obviously have the success of it. Is that accurate? And did you know that you were going to be so good at acting in that movie? You almost stole the show in that thing.
Yeah.
Well, I actually made Jim Carrey a star because it wasn't for me. No one knew who the hell he was.
Yep.
So I take full credit for his career. But we were going to do the movie. At first, I didn't think I was going to do it because I read the script and then I got to meet Jim Carrey, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this could be a lot of fun, and it's either going to do really well or it's going to be nowhere. And so they offered me a percentage of the gross, and knowing me, I didn't take it. I took the short end cash, but that's okay.
Yeah, it is absolutely okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie made a lot of money.
It did.
I couldn't even. You would
over
have
$100 million.
So you found it. Did the research. People have told you.
Still large.
I would have.
Yeah, they're happy
I'd
you
have done
didn't
pretty
take
good.
People have said, like, hey, Dan,
pretty good.
just a little heads up, this could have been what it is. And, that was about the glorious times of the Miami Dolphins being on top of the world.
God.
A Dolphin is obviously kicking field goals, everything's going. Dolphins are all the way back right now, it feels like. Your Uncle Dan in that building. Does it feel like they're all the way back?
You know what? I feel like we're on the road to doing something special down the line. I mean, I felt really good about us, this year, and as far as going into the season, and then as the season went on, and then not making excuses, but we got kind of devastated with injuries, and really took its toll on us at the end of the year. Now, that's not an excuse because everybody got to play. You got to play. And everybody has hurt, positions that are players, and I think we're close.
It was awesome watching Hard Knocks with you in there in the building with your relationship with Tua. Another Pittsburgher there, Tone Diggs.
I have to ask because it's a regret of mine going back and looking at it. You ever call the Steelers and say, hey, you guys really messed up that I wasn't a Pittsburgh Steeler?
No, I haven't called them. But,
you should.
But I have.
I have. I've called them many times to tell them that.
I thought about it many times, and during my career, and then I think it. At the time, though, was probably the best thing that happened to me because, I played 4 years in high school right there in Oakland, Central Catholic, then, played at Pitt right there in Oakland. And to leave, I think, made me mature a lot quicker and be ready to play a lot quicker than maybe if I would have stayed in Pittsburgh. But it would have been fun. It would have been a lot of fun.
You graduated with my dad and his brother, Tim McAfee and Owen McAfee. Okay. Found the yearbook. You looked awesome. Senior year of high school. I think we actually have the. The photo.
Oh, do you have it?
Oh, it's right here. Look at your fro, dude. Look at your fro.
Look at that baby.
My dad's got a model face right below you.
Yep.
Robert Matthias there. The amount of Italians that were on this page too.
Called him Redbird.
Robert there?
Yeah, because his hair was completely red.
You tell.
So you just dominated high school football, I assume, and then at Pitt, same exact thing.
Well, we were pretty good in high school, but now they're. Over the last, 2 decades, they've been really good. Like they win state championships and play at a really high level. We made it to the playoffs pretty much all 3 years I was there as the quarterback, and didn't win past the first round. So
that's wild.
But we were good. We were good.
Yeah, I'd say, Dan, you're a fro, too. I mean, fro's. Ty, who's a member of the Vegas Golden Knights, has the last question for you here.
Yeah, Dan, a lot of people talk about with the way the NFL is now, if you were to play in this era, you would throw for 7,000, 8,000 yards every single year because you were throwing for 5,000 yards when no one else was even coming close. How accurate do you think that is? And do you ever think about that? Like, oh, man, if I would have got drafted in 2000, let's say, then I would probably at this point have passed for over like 500,000 yards.
So, yeah, you do think about it. The rules have changed and all that, but the one thing I would say is we were kind of a little bit ahead of our time going for the 5,000 yards, having Duper and Clayton and Dwight Stevenson as our center, and we had some really good players. And do I now think we could throw for 6,000 yards? I don't have to prove it. You don't have to.
I'd like to switch with you. You throw in this era, I want to hit in your era.
Okay,
that would be a good trade.
Well, anyway, I think if you don't have to prove it, you can say it. So 6,000 yards.
7,000.
No doubt.
What are we even talking about? 6,500. What do you think? Your accuracy. Everybody talks about your quick release. What do you think it is when you look back at your game?
I think it's something that I learned from a kid. Just kind of getting the ball up and out. My dad always talked about that. And having good footwork. I always jumped rope and then the other thing is just
what were those shoes you had?
Making good decisions. Yeah.
What are those cleats? Did you have those big?
I had it because of my Achilles.
Big.
My right ankle with the Achilles, it needed something inside, so they put like a spring in there to kind of get me on my toe.
Everybody talks about the quick release. It's like, well, you're also putting the ball in a keyhole. Yeah. So, quick release. How are you able to maintain like a powerful arm without the big windup everybody else has?
I didn't lift a whole lot. I just lift to maintain, just to maintain my flexibility and all that, and have enough muscle to be able to take hits.
You're a beast, dude. Speaking of taking hits, JJ's got something.
I got a question for you. Speaking of almost champions, you speak about that. It's something that people ask me, how do you feel having retired without having won a championship? And we all want to win a championship, but I try and explain to people, I literally got to live out my childhood dream and do something for 12 years that I dreamt about for my whole life and worked so hard for.
Yep.
How do you handle that if somebody asks you that question throughout your life?
It's the same. I mean, I in this time of year too, I start thinking about, I had one chance to play in it, and I was very young. I didn't play in it again, and it's something you think about. And all I could tell you is, I pretty much did everything you could do as a quarterback, except win that Super Bowl. And like I said, I was young. I thought I'd be back many a time.
Yes.
For sure. Like, we lost that game against the 49ers. I think I was 23 years old. I'm like, well, we'll be back next year. We'll be back. Then the next thing it's 17 years in the league and you're retiring and you never got back. So
hard.
It's hard. It's hard. And then especially now when you're around the atmosphere and you see the quarterbacks that are playing like Mahomes, and he's doing terrific. He's unbelievable. And I'm kind of pulling for Brock Purdy because he said his dad grew up being a Marino fan, so he watched,
Yes.
wearing 13. Wow. So I'm like, oh, that's my guy now. That's definitely my guy.
A great underdog story. I think you'd fit in well if he was from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a long line of great quarterbacks, tough quarterbacks, resilient quarterbacks. And you talk about it like when you're 23, you get to the Super Bowl, you'll be back. The Patriots set like this ridiculous standard that people think is real for 20 years. Like, yeah, I can get back. To your point, I was a punter, obviously. I was riding the coattails of that Colts team when I was 22, my rookie year. We were undefeated until we chose to lose, okay? Right. Literally chose to lose the last two games. Then we go to the Super Bowl, we lose. And then 2 years later, we're completely defeated, like 0-14, seemingly.
Took its toll.
And then we get injured, and we never get back. We're never even close. What the Chiefs have been able to do now seems like the most similar to what the Patriots were able to do with the mental toughness and how hard the road is and how much luck you have to get. Do you think that continues this week, or what do you think happens with the Niners?
Okay, so in my heart, I'd like to see Brock Purdy win the Super Bowl, but I do think Kansas City with Mahomes.
Just looking at him, I was like, this dude's not going to lose. What is that? Why do we say that?
But he has it inside his competitiveness. It's inside him. He's grown up like that. He's already done it. That's a big thing too. When you do something in sports, like people ask me about a 2-minute drill. Well, I did it when I was younger. I did it. So you proved in your own mind you could do it. It makes it that much easier the next time. So he's already won 2. He's been in 3. This is his 4th one, right? So he's going to be very comfortable in that situation.
We got a massive Dolphins fan in the back.
Okay.
Gumpy. He went 6 to midnight when you showed up.
Gumpy.
Hey, Gumpy, you got a question for old Dano, pal?
Yeah, Dan, you're the reason I'm a Dolphin.
He's 4 down.
Dan.
4 down there with the beard.
You're an absolute legend, Dan. I'd love to see the Dolphins get over the hump. What do you think it's going to take to make a run in the playoffs? We've made it back-to-back years playoffs in a long time. Just wondering your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. I think they got to continue to grow as a team and learn from all the things this past year that happened. Felt really good going in towards the end of the year, and it didn't work out for us. But I think it's really continue to grow, continue to learn Mike McDaniel's offense he runs. It's a little more difficult than you think because of all the motions and all the different tracking of the offensive linemen. So another year of that, under Tua's belt, under the offense's belt, will go a long way.
Hey, whenever you do these ad reads for companies, do you ever flub?
Send it in, dude. M&M's. The Almost Champions ring, and you can see it in Las Vegas at the M&M store. Go by and see the M&M ring.
No flubs.
One of a kind.
Send it in. Yep. Send it in. You're the man.
Real diamonds.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Marino.
That was fun, bud.
Thank you. All right, as we continue here at Radio Row, that was a dream come true.
Yeah.
Hey, dream come true, Dan.
Good to see you, Dan.
Thank you.
Dream come true.
Man. Jeez.
Did you ever work with him at CBS? Or was he going?
No, I did not. First time meeting him, very excited.
Man.
Yeah, Dan.
Great legend.
No flubs in there.
Yeah.
We literally, talking to Dan Marino, you saw in the middle of this entire thing, I was looking this way.
Yes.
Because there was a human that showed up over here who certainly commands respect and attention immediately.
It was like
upon.
a shadow, like literally like a shadow.
Me and Dan were talking, and then everybody's eyes just went this way. And
Shoulders
got
and
very
traps.
big.
Yeah, just all traps and neck and shoulders over there.
The owner of maybe the most explosive play in the history of the Super Bowl.
Oh, man.
Super Bowl champion, legend, icon, James Harrison, Debo.
Yeah.
Hey, we don't know if your mic's on yet. Hold on, though. We should have given.
There we go.
Look
There
at
we
that
go.
guy.
I stepped up here and they were like, "Yo, are you going to say something?" I'm like, I don't know. Maybe. They was like, "No." I'm like, "No, I think I'll be."
It was Dan Marino. We didn't know. I didn't know what to do because they allotted us 12 minutes with Dan Marino.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to spit in his face, but also Debo standing right there.
Don't do that. That's the great Dan Marino. Hell no.
Yeah, but you're the great James Harrison. What are you doing? Go ahead.
You disrespected the play. It's the greatest play in Super Bowl history.
Okay, not most
Number
explosive. I don't need to put another tag into it.
No, I mean it's explosive, but it's the greatest.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Let's get that right. But I'm here because it's the 15th anniversary of that, so I'm doing a little bit of walking around, talking, sitting down, things y'all do.
What do people ask? Go ahead.
I got something for you too.
All right, I got a couple things for you.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna fight?
I think we're gonna go lift together. I think we're gonna go work out.
No. I got the pictures for you of TJ in the hospital.
Yes. No, I tell this story all the time. Literally, people ask me all the time about TJ. I always say James Harrison forever has my respect because TJ, everybody knows he has a severe tree nut allergy, very severe. And they were out to a team dinner one night. TJ somehow got contaminated. He had tree nuts, and his throat closes. He can't breathe. And Debo drove him to the hospital, stayed with him in the hospital the entire night, and made sure he was okay. Brought him back home the next day. And I've always said, as an older brother, nobody has my respect more than that because of how he took care of him.
Hero Debo.
No, listen,
teammate.
I was so scared and nervous. And he was nervous too. We ran straight past the ambulance. Jumped in the car. Drove to a women's hospital to get him, McGee's Women's Hospital. Didn't go to the near hospital. I'm like, the only hospital I know is where the kids was at, so I'm going straight there. Yeah, so
it's crazy when he has that reaction. It is very scary.
I'm gonna send you the picture.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks like Will Smith in.
Hitch. That would freak out.
Very scary.
It's just in the air, or if he
tree nuts.
No, so it could be like a little, or if something's made in the same kitchen and the plate rubs past it. I mean, he's that.
You told the Italy story, right?
It happened to us in Italy one time. It was freaky, man.
He was eating calamari, and they had, how they had the nuts in there with the spicy.
Yeah.
And he just chewed it up.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. He was nervous too because he was young then. He was like a rookie or maybe his second year, and he called me and he was like, Debo sat with me the whole night. It was the coolest thing ever. He was like, that guy's the man.
Okay, so Debo, let's talk about that. You're a great teammate. Obviously, you epitomize the Pittsburgh Steeler way. I think Pittsburgh Steeler fans, whenever they think of Pittsburgh Steelers, they think of guys like you. They think of, obviously, the teams of the past. This team now seem to be in the middle of a transition era, obviously. Tomlin's still in charge. You got a TJ Watt. We have Kenny Pickett's quarterback, right? George Pickens came on. What do you think of the Pittsburgh Steelers currently, and what should the expectations be next year?
The expectations should never change. I think the expectations has become we don't want to have a losing season, and I'm not throwing salt or flack at anybody, but the Pittsburgh Steeler standard is to win Lombardies. When you go into that building, it's 6 of them sitting there, and right now we're not even winning a playoff game.
Yeah.
I don't think we've won a playoff game since 2016. I believe. I think we lost to the Patriots, AFC Championship. Yeah. So I think we need to get back to what the standard of a Pittsburgh Steeler legacy, the lore, is. And
the guy just splooged over here.
That's just not what it is. So,
Ton, what do you got for Debo?
Yeah, thank you for everything you did, first and foremost, for the city, for the team. I think there might be a strength coach opening. What about you getting back down there, UPMC, whipping the boys into shape? I think the culture could use it maybe a little bit.
Yeah, have you gained weight? Are we stronger? Where are we at right now?
I have gained weight because I don't have to do any running anymore. So I'm about 25 pounds heavier than when
Where are you at right now?
I'm 295.
Jeez.
Wow.
Don't look 295 right now?
Oh, yeah.
You don't look 295.
Well,
you look
muscle
incredible.
It's on my stomach.
Thank you,
It's on my
AJ.
stomach.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, he's fat.
Oh, come on.
Debo's fat.
Yeah. Right? Exactly.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh, it's crazy.
Bad. It's bad. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good save.
Somebody fat. There.
Whoa.
What happened?
Hey,
He almost fell.
good save, boys.
Good save.
Leaning forward?
Holy shit. Huh?
Wheels went out, huh?
Wheels went out on the dance floor here. Debo,
Definitely.
I'm a little tired, not as exhausted as you are after the greatest Super Bowl play of all time. We have the clip. Happy 15th anniversary.
There we
Kurt
go.
Warner obviously said, oh, we're in a good spot, aren't we? Oh, we're going to score right here before half. Oh, we're going to have all the momentum. And Debo said, give me that.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, were you supposed to drop there?
Yeah. I was supposed to drop. It's a max blitz. I'm supposed to run on the outside, but I got to step
Look at
and
Larry.
tackle.
Larry ran into someone on the sideline, too.
Yeah.
That was a big part.
Hey, he could have been a
watched
hero
that.
right here, but he missed the ball and gave me time to cover it up.
I like the way you said that. I was certainly talking shit at Larry Fitzgerald.
Just saying, like, you know, if his aim was a little bit better, I was carrying it like a loaf of bread. It would have flopped out right there.
Who was trying to get the ball out of your hands? Corner, obviously, trying to get the ball out of your hands.
That was Shay, man. I was fighting with him, it seemed like, for like 30 seconds. I'm like, dude, you're not getting this ball.
Was there actual words being said, or was it just...
go.
How long did you hit the oxygen tank after that run?
Yo, I was on it for probably like 5 minutes.
I mean, that's a long-ass run, man.
Yeah, and then you getting everybody congratulating,
Yes.
laying on you. I'm like, dude, just let me get to the tank.
Where's the ball now? Where's the ball?
The ball is actually with Thomas Tull, the minority owner of the Steelers.
Oh, nice.
He
good
got
person
it.
to
He
have
got it. He got it in an
It's
auction.
a good person to have.
Oh, he got it in an
Oh, yeah.
auction.
So you didn't keep it. What happened? What happened to the ball?
I auctioned it.
Oh, you auctioned it. Smart. All right. Debo.
Hey,
you do what you got
listen
to
here.
do.
This is what you need to realize. It's only a couple things I'm going to hold on to, and that's my Super Bowl rings. Other than that, I did it all. So what do I need to hold on to the merchandise for?
Tell him.
Keep
Got the
preaching,
memories.
Debo.
No question. Can't take that away.
Hey, happy anniversary. Enjoy the hell out of today.
Will do. Will
And
do.
keep leading, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good one, baby.
Hey, you got ladies and gentlemen, James.
Hey, I'm going to give you these.
You gonna go airdrop?
Hey, he's
Can I go get airdrop?
Yeah, you should go get pictures
Go
of your
bump your
brother
phone
from
or
the
whatever. Can't
surgery.
you bump it now?
Yeah, hey, go to the top of the. If you both have the new phone.
Yeah,
which-
touch the tips together.
Look at those two stand next to each other.
Yeah. Look at that thing, dude. Get a shot of this. Do we have a shot of this?
It's just not fair when he says he weighs 295 pounds and then shows his stomach.
Yeah.
I have a big gut. He's got a six-pack. It's like, okay.
Hey, JJ, tell him he looks fat. JJ, tell him he looks disgusting and sloppy.
That's nice.
Look at this. This is great.
This is a good moment.
It's a great moment.
This is Radio Row.
That's a good moment. Hey,
That's a good moment.
that's what it's all about.
Good moment.
JJ, is that your first time meeting Debo since?
I think it actually is. Yeah, they played together, but TJ, it's hilarious because they're really good friends. So they talk all the time,
awesome.
and they live in a similar place in Pittsburgh. I was going to ask him, but they're building a house, and apparently, contractors take a little while, and Debo gets a little riled up.
Oh,
man, can you imagine being a contractor?
No way.
And you're taking a little too long going over deadline, and Debo comes up and is like, "Hey, let's have a conversation."
Hey, this was supposed to be two, 3 weeks ago. This one was supposed to be a month and a half ago. What do we got going on? Takes the shirt off. You need help?
Yeah.
You want me to start working here? JJ, let's talk about the Super Bowl week because obviously you're going to be working it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, congrats. That's
Thank
a
you.
big deal.
Yeah, no. All I had to do was retire, made it to the Super Bowl, so should have done it a lot earlier.
Almost champion. Shout out to M&M's, and I didn't know if you were a part of that. Were you?
No,
you were not a part of that.
No.
Why is ScarJo part of that?
I was wondering that.
Why not?
She almost get an Oscar, or is there something?
Oh, maybe it is something
Is there
like
like
that.
an almost
Is she like
Oscar?
she nominated a bunch and not
probably.
win or what?
Always bridesmaid.
You should know.
That's right. I don't know.
Connor's
Connor's
microphone's
mic
not
is
on.
not working.
Yeah, I figured not. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You're back.
You're welcome.
She's always a champion. That's
great.
why I don't know why she's on the Almost Champions campaign. But hey, it's a good get.
This is a good get.
Great get.
Is
Close
Dan
personal
Marino-
friends, too.
Is
Yeah.
Dan Marino a real boat?
Huh?
Yes.
From the commercial, Dan Marino, when he fires soccer ball to Messi, perfect right in his foot.
Oh, that was for Michelob Ultra.
Yeah.
I
Correct.
believe
yeah, it was not M&M's.
Dan Marino's giving away a house right now on the internet that I've seen. Right, Dream House. You've seen him?
Yep.
HGTV, Dream House?
He comes walking out. He comes walking out the front door. Hey, I'm Dan Marino, and this house could be yours, and I love it. I absolutely love it. He's doing that. He does Michelob Ultra. He has M&M's, obviously.
Well, he's got to make up for that loss.
Looks great.
Ace Ventura money.
Yeah, he might have lost like 15, 20
Guy looks
million.
great.
And he knows it.
Troy Pettit.
Oh yeah, it was a little bit like the John Elway thing, where back with the Broncos, he could have gotten a percentage of I think it was a percentage of the team or his contract, and he took the contract, and percentage of the team would have been worth like $400 million.
Okay, so let's go back to you being here at the Super Bowl for CBS.
Yeah.
Almost champion, obviously now a super champion of life. You look super cool. You're doing a kickoff show? You're doing what are you doing?
Yeah, we got a 4-hour pregame show. We got a little halftime show, and then we've got the postgame show. Obviously, we've got CBS stuff going all week, but...
How do you feel about the person that you work for, that you report to, making a mockery out of the game being scripted? Sean McManus. Sean McManus. CBS Sports Chairman.
Your boss.
That's the guy you report to.
Yes, it is.
He said, "Oh, we got the script. It's going to double overtime." Is that funny, Sean?
It's not.
I don't think so.
Is that funny, Sean?
If this game goes to double overtime, you're correct. It will be one of the greatest moments in internet history.
The number Roger Goodell said is 200 million American people watching this game. Have you guys talked about that at CBS? Like, when you do these production meetings, I assume those have already started. If they haven't, and whenever they get in there, if you could relay the answer to us, are they saying like, "Hey guys, 190 million people are going to be watching this game, so let's make sure we're pretty buttoned up"? Or how does that go?
Yeah, no, we are definitely aware of the fact that this is going to be such a gigantic audience. We are aware of the impact and the breadth of audience that this is going to have. So all we want to do is put on a good show. We want to put on something entertaining. We want to showcase Las Vegas. We want to showcase all the fun and excitement here, and also highlight the two incredible teams that are playing. So it'll be good. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah, you are going to have some fun.
Always do.
Oh, yeah.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 275.
You skinny son of a bitch.
I'm down about 5.
Debo would have picked you up and dropped you on your head.
Easy.
And so would Jay Glazer. Jay Glazer's right out here. Jay Glazer.
What's up, Jay?
Jay Glazer.
Okay, Jay.
Yep, there it is. That's exactly what would happen.
Over.
Yeah.
You remember him and AQ?
Oh, yeah. I bet these two could have a nice
Oh, yeah, we need to ask about that.
Yeah.
We need to.
They roll around together in some basements.
Dude, I want to go over there. I feel like I'm in timeout over here.
No, you're not. You are in the prime time spot.
So you don't knock him out.
Yeah, hold on. We got somebody back there that we're excited to chat to, but if you see Jay Glazer, you have to ask a question. Jay, how much of what we have heard about you two fighting each other in a billionaire's basement in Arizona is real?
The billionaire part is true.
Okay.
And he made it from the weed business, correct?
That's
we'll
correct.
Put out there. Yep.
Okay, we didn't know that.
That's a new layer.
That's a new layer.
Why do you not tell us?
Okay, so you're in a drug lord's basement.
Yes, pretty much.
Constantly breaking stories.
We're like in Griselda's basement. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and you guys are in there sparring a little bit, building up a good relationship.
Yep.
And then you move back to LA. Are you still fighting places? Are you still staying in shape?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you guys
how
want to see?
Yeah. No.
What?
Yes,
Get up.
I've lost too much weight, Jay. I'm done.
I know you look good. Simpson's doing a good job with you.
Trying.
I like it.
Oh, Simpson.
He's a bear. He's a bear. Especially when you got to wrestle with guys like this, and then they get all kind of sloppy and fall all over you and the man, and then they rub
just
your
lean on
wrist
them.
and all that. Yeah, it's terrible.
Jay, you here all week?
I'm here till Saturday.
Okay, we need you on the program, so we'll hit you up.
Yep.
We appreciate
Hit
you.
me up.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love you too, Jay.
And I don't have a lisp.
Come on, don't look at me, Jay. Don't look at me.
Jay, it's character.
That's Strahan, not me. You're killing me.
Jason, though, Glazer. It's not Jay Glazer.
I was going to say it's Jason Glazer, not Jay Glazer.
All right, we'll see you soon, Jay. We love you, man.
Homage, Jay.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the best businessmen in the history of America. Not only the president of the UFC, but also one of the founders of the
Slap League.
Slap League, which I can't wait to get an update on.
Soap opera.
Friend of the program, building towards UFC 300. Ladies and gentlemen, Dana White.
Yeah, Dana! Yeah!
Yes. You too.
How are you, brother? Great to see you, my friend.
What's up, man? How you doing?
This is this guy's town. I should have said
Dana?
Yeah, it is. Guy looks great.
Dana, member of the Golden Knights. He got anointed last night. You got anointed. I could tell. Yeah, he said he could tell. You look like a player.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
If you see him just walking around, you say that guy's a member of the Golden Knights right there?
Yeah, no.
Scrappy third liner.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not going to get a whole bunch of minutes, but I'm going to make the minutes count when I'm in there.
He's a goon, too. Not scared to wrap it up a little bit with the boys. He was also on completely blacked out and doesn't remember any of it, but he did this last night, Dana. If you ever need somebody to start a UFC event, get him on the siren.
Yep.
He'll go absolutely bananas up there. Your city is playing host to the biggest game in the world. Obviously, last night we could feel it at the Golden Knights game. This is going to continue to build. Las Vegas feels like the perfect place to host something. Obviously, you've had a lot of success. How do you think this week pans out?
Yeah, I mean, this is the greatest sports town in the world. I love this city, so I'm very biased, but we were at dinner last night. We were talking about, and people can't wrap their head around this, but back in the 70s and 80s, the UNLV Running Rebels were like the biggest thing in this city. It was like, I'm telling you, it's like the Golden Knights now, but this was always meant to be a sports town. Once all the leagues got over gambling. You know.
Now there's slot machines in the NFL Radio Row right over there. Think about that. We got a blackjack table.
Well, it's not even about that. It's about sports betting. You know, they couldn't get over the sports betting. Once that all got out, and you know, it's very regulated now. But when you think about if you live in another city and you're going to go to an away game, what away game are you going to? You're coming to. Let me tell you, you're not going to Cleveland, okay? You're coming to Vegas for the away game.
And it's worked out. Obviously, every sport is trying to get in here. The NFL has had success here with the Raiders, obviously, in the Chiefs division, so that's going to be tough. The Vegas Aces, two-time champions. The Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champions right now.
Yeah, MLB A's are coming here.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, it's going to be the epicenter.
The problem is for Vegas right now. You know, I'm sure you guys have been hearing this too. People can't fly their planes in here right now. Yeah. They need to build a bigger airport.
You need
like tomorrow.
Why don't you do that?
Yeah.
I've seen your office. I'm surprised you don't have an airport right outside of it.
I got enough stuff to do. Last thing I need to be doing is building airports. But this city, seriously, in all seriousness, before soccer gets here, before baseball gets here, and before the NBA gets here, they need to build an airport.
A lot of space out there.
ASAP.
Just build a couple runways over all those dead bodies that are there.
Exactly.
I mean, that is what
there's plenty of desert out there. Build a bigger airport, or one of these private companies need to come in and build a bigger private airport. But it's serious. There's plenty of hotel rooms here. There's plenty of restaurants. Everything else is here. The city isn't ready for all these planes.
Dana, I was at the Sphere last night. I know you've talked about it. Maybe I'm out of the loop on it, but has there been any progress towards a UFC fight in the Sphere?
Well, what'd you think?
Place is insane. I mean, it's truly mind-boggling.
What show did you go to?
I just watched like the postcard from Earth. Like
awesome.
I haven't seen that yet.
It's fascinating.
I saw U2. U2 is what maybe. So U2 is using this much of the capabilities of the Sphere.
$60,000 for the suite. I'm going today. $60,000 we paid for this suite. It better be a good show. They need to use a little bit more of that Sphere.
Is it U2 you're going to?
Yeah, today.
Yeah. Listen, you're gonna love it. It's
all right.
awesome.
All right.
The Sphere is the star of the show. It's well worth going. Anybody who comes in town, you have to go to the Sphere. I haven't seen the movie yet.
Yeah,
I want to check that out. But
it's the closest to virtual reality I've ever. You feel like you are literally somewhere else. It's
awesome.
incredible.
It's awesome. It really is awesome. That's why I went and saw the U2 show. And like I said, they're using this much of the capabilities. I'm going to use this much. I'm going to put on the greatest live sporting event anybody has ever seen. And what happened was after they did the show and people started looking at it, they're like, this is cool for concerts, but you can't do live events here.
So when you say
we'll see.
When you say you'll unlock more of the capabilities, what in what terms?
All right. So you're sitting here, right? And you're watching the show, and you're watching the show in English.
Yes.
He's sitting in that seat. He can watch it in Spanish, French. The speakers are aimed directly at the seats. There's so many things that you can do.
The rumble pack in the seats where like you get a grappling session. They got the rumble pack.
Hey, hold on, Dana. I wouldn't mind just dabbling into the French commentary.
Yeah, can I too?
Hey, let's just kind of bounce back and forth. Is this the type of person you are, though? Because I feel like this is what's going to happen to me now with the way I'm hearing the way you took in the U2 show is I'm going to be on anywhere between 90 to 250 milligrams. Okay, going in there.
I definitely wasn't doing that, no, but.
Well, I know you're super fit and in shape now with the red light and everything. You got this guy doing it for 45 minutes because you're doing it. He's a whole new human.
Got me considering fasting over here.
Yeah, water fasting. I've heard about this.
But it's all legit.
But I'm a big, like, whenever you go to somewhere, it's like, oh, this would be so dope to do something in here. Is that how you've always been? And is that why you think, like, you've continued to be able to evolve the business?
The first thing that happened, I was blown away by the Sphere when I went in there. And the first thing that happened was everybody started talking about it's great, it's an amazing experience for concerts and this and that. And then you had the people with the negative. You could never pull off a show in there, and it'll be too expensive, it'll be this and that. So we're going in there during Mexican Independence Day, and I'm going to put on the greatest live event anybody's ever seen, and it's going to be this huge love letter to all of combat and combat sports throughout the history of Mexico. Some of the baddest dudes that have ever walked the face of this earth have been Mexican. And on Mexican Independence Day, I'm going to deliver the craziest show anybody's ever seen. And I'm going to tell you this too.
A Mexican fighter in every fight? Is that what that means? Is that
Yeah, well, there'll be tons of great Mexican fighters on there, but not everybody will be Mexican. But what we're going to pull off there will never be done again.
You won't do it again? What if you won't want to do it again? You won't want to do like a 4th of July?
Nobody's going to be willing to spend the money.
That's what I'm saying. How much you're willing to invest it though, just to have the event to be epic? Is I assume what you're trying to do?
As we get closer, I want to talk to you again. As we get closer, I can lay out more of the details on this thing and kind of tee it up for you what we're going to do. I'm not playing around with this. I am going in here guns a-blazing, and I'm going to blow everybody's mind with this event.
Yeah, if you're going to have the greatest sports event of all time, we would certainly like to talk to you as we get closer to it.
Let's secure a ticket of admission to that. That sounds fantastic.
$60,000 for a ticket? Is that what you're going to do for this place? I saw the price.
That's a question I have, is the financial logistics of it, because it's only 5,000 seats or whatever it is. It's obviously different than 18,000.
It's more than 5,000.
18, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
18.
JJ, you were there. This guy was on more edibles than me.
I was floating.
This guy's on more edibles than me, Dana.
I was worried about people going to the Dead concert. Like, I mean, you go in there rolling, those are some steep stairs. I mean,
so true.
Somebody could take a dive.
I'm nervous.
If they could pull it off, it'd be a great show in there is Pink Floyd.
Oh, God.
Pink Floyd would be awesome.
I mean,
Dark Side of the Moon.
Be on a different planet.
Sounds like
just a pure different planet.
AJ has a question for you.
Are there any other venues around the world that you haven't gotten to that you want to and you just haven't been able to put it together yet?
No. I mean, we've done all the big arenas, and we broke most of the records in all the arenas. We're number 1, 2, 3, and 5 at Madison Square Garden all time.
Pretty good.
And this one was a challenge and something different, and I just love it. I love that.
How hands-on are you still with the business every day? Everything?
I get there at 8:30 in the morning. I leave at 7.
Still everything you did before, you're still doing now?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, in the earlier days, when we first started, I was in budget meetings 3 times a week. I don't go near budget meetings anymore.
They're trying to kick out the Sphere show for sure.
100%. Yeah. Our CFO doesn't like the Sphere, but I do. I do the stuff that I still love to do. I do the fun stuff.
Okay, before a couple UFC questions, and how's Slap? We still slapping?
Slapping this Friday, man. Friday. It's our first time out of the Apex, sold out at Durango Station, and
You sold out what is Durango?
No, we're over there in their ballroom. So we did VIP packages, $300,000 gate this weekend for this power slap.
Wow. People slapping each other.
Hell.
Love it.
Let's talk about your body. Brecca? This is the Brecca thing?
Yeah.
Dude, you're crushing it.
Thanks.
You seem like you have more energy, you're more happy, you're more healthy.
I'm telling you, man, and as this guy starts to get more popular, let me just say this to you people. As this guy starts to get more popular, you got guys out there trying to debunk him. When you get success? Nobody's telling you to do this. Go see your doctor. Good luck to you. Knock yourself out. But this guy is incredible. I called this hippie stuff 2 years ago. I didn't believe in any of this crap. And I'm all in on this thing now. I carve out 2 hours of my day every morning, and I religiously do this. This guy's changed so many lives, so many people that are in my life. He's changed their lives over the last 2 years. So,
if you can only pick one of the modalities, whatever it is, which one are you picking?
Brady asked me that same question. It's hilarious that you asked me. It's exactly what he asked.
Same.
Yeah, similar.
And it's not. You can't just do. And if I had to pick one, if you say you have to pick one, I'd say the cold plunge.
Because the thing I'm thinking about is like the everyday worker who's got to get up, go to work and everything, but they only have a limited amount of time or a limited amount of funds. They can't afford it all. So you think the cold plunge is the one that you go with?
At the level that you guys have performed at in your careers, you had to be cold plunging back then. Did you guys cold plunge?
Yes, but the difference that has changed in the last 4 or 5 years is we would cold plunge for 15 minutes after practice.
Immediately.
Now it's being told that that's the wrong thing to do because it slows down the recovery process. You're supposed to do it first thing in the morning. You're supposed to do it as a primer.
But
I love it.
You were doing it's completely
Look at you, dude.
addicting.
Hey, Dana, look at you.
On the big
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 54.
Let's go, dude. You should be proud, man. I'm 36. I'm not going to make it to 54, but I was watching you do that entire thing, and I'm seeing everybody do it. It started with Wim Hof started the whole thing. It was kind of on the internet. It was a slow starter, and I was a cold tub guy immediately afterwards. I thought it made my legs fresher.
Yep.
So I thought it mentally tougher I could do it. But it does seem like it's really changing lives. This guy is a human that we look. This dude has lost like 100 pounds seemingly. He does that red light therapy as an asshole in front of everybody. He'll hold this thing up right on his face. He does it all. Also, he fights Jay Glazer in a drug dealer's basement. Big MMA fan. He has a question for you. Go ahead, AQ.
Yeah, one thing I always find fascinating, right? You got champion cards on every single fight, right? And so the biggest question I have is what makes you like Max Holloway, right? Like he's automatically going to get a rematch, right? Sean Strickland, hasn't been announced yet, right? Like, who knows if he's going to get an automatic rematch? What makes, when a champion loses, you give the rematch versus not?
Yeah, that's a good question. So basically, it depends on the fight, right? Two things. A guy, how dominant has he been? We did it with Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman, one of the most dominant champions we've ever had. So when he loses the title, you have to give him a rematch. It's just out of respect. You know, the guy has taken every fight you've ever asked him to take, dominated. I mean, Kamaru Usman was going through guys. It was the second time of beating them. So when he loses, you give him an immediate. It depends. And Max Holloway's the same type of guy. Max Holloway fought everybody, defended against everybody, and, still continues to be one of the best in the world.
So just, I'm a mark. Conor McGregor's fighting Chandler.
Eventually, yeah. Hopefully this year.
No, I heard we got a date. We didn't have a date. Chandler's pushing for a date. People are pushing for a date. Conor said he knows a date. Everybody has a date. You're the guy that got to set the date. You should say the date.
There is no date.
Come on!
I'm hoping for the fall. We get it done in the fall.
Okay, so is that for...
And when are you playing blackjack with me?
As soon as possible.
I thought we were playing.
Dude, my
what are you
life.
doing Friday night?
Playing blackjack with you, dude.
Right. Boom. So Friday night after Power Slap, we have a huge big... we got all the boys out. All the boys that,
Watching Taylor.
I don't want to throw... How about Taylor? Taylor?
He was up 100, lost 30, still up 70, I think, because of you.
Oh, he's up 700.
Excuse me?
What? Taylor Lewan is up $700,000.
I would like to be part of this.
Ooh. He's up $700,000
this week. Listen, I haven't said this, publicly, because I am a massive fan of Taylor and Will, like legit huge fans, and I think they're friends of the program. Will was sitting here just a couple of days during the FaceTime. You offered us to go play blackjack with you, like years ago.
Yeah.
And haven't been able to find the time. Okay, we work over here.
Yeah, you're a little busy.
So then I'm watching Taylor win hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm like, that's supposed to be us.
What the hell?
We were supposed to be in that room winning.
Supposed to be you.
We were supposed to win hundreds of thousands of dollars. We were supposed to be in that room. I'm happy watching Taylor do it.
So, Will finally dove in on this trip. And Will plays at a much lower level. Will's up 30,000 this trip.
Jeez. Let's go, Will.
What is happening?
Let's go. So what do you do?
Is this part of the Brecca plan? Is this?
Is this a 2-hour meditation?
The Brecca plan lets me stay up later and gamble.
So this is not abnormal though. You've been kicked out of casinos. This is like a storied thing. You got like a title, a championship belt because you beat a casino. You just know the 21 thing. You can count them.
No. I don't count. I don't do any of that stuff. But yeah, I play. And I play very aggressively. So I go in and I go for, give me the highest limits that you can give me. I mean, we haven't done it yet, but Bellagio just gave me $100,000 a hand and $200,000 on the table.
So you'll sit down with $10 million?
I could play one at $100,000, and then on the table there can be $200,000 for one hand.
So you're sitting down with $10 million there?
Well, yeah, but you take it in credit. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, credit. Yeah, certainly.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the
And you play 100% by the book? Or are you going off the field?
No, I play gut. You play
so we're
gut, little book. Depends on how the night is going.
16, 17. You're playing it how you feel. You're not doing like a full-on, this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, well, you play by the rules unless the cards get a little goofy. Then you kind of go with your gut. You do some unconventional things sometimes. And
we're doubling down as much as possible.
Here's the thing with me. I want the highest limits that I can possibly play. And I live here. I'm not flying back to, Indianapolis or wherever. I'm playing, and if I win two hands at $100,000, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
that's why they don't like me. That's why they don't kind of like my play. So some places will take me and some places won't, because I'll leave with $200,000.
Well, Taylor will leave with $700,000. Seems like
I beat Caesar's Palace for $320,000 last night.
No big deal.
How long? What? How long did you play?
What day is it? Tuesday?
10 minutes.
That's it?
That was a Tuesday?
10 minutes? Yeah, they want you to stay and dump it back to them, right?
100%.
That was a Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah.
Just sit down. How you doing? Can I get a 10 million credit, please? Thanks. Two hands, $320,000.
I'd say
enough with the credit.
You know who I was out with? I ran into Puka last night. Puka was in there playing.
Hey, he's got a huge head. You see that?
I don't think that rookie contract's allowing the $325,000.
No, he was playing much lower limits.
Did you see this guy with your face on his shirt? Who he's?
Yeah, I see it now.
Weapon.
You're like a celebrity now.
I don't know about that.
You are. You are a celebrity.
No, I'd say.
And do you feel, okay, we were kind of caught up in this, and you were caught up in that immediately afterwards because Sean Strickland, in his press conference, Aaron on our show with how he feels, and you said freedom of speech, brother. Like, that is a real thing that I think a lot of us believe in. How do you feel as that's all happening? Like, as Sean's up there, you know there's going to be a wave of shit coming. That's coming.
And I had, I was saying, I just didn't.
Not that it's right, by the way.
I did
Freedom
a
of speech doesn't mean
podcast,
it's
and
right.
somebody was asking me about it. When I said I didn't believe in 95% of what he said, I was talking about 95% of what he said up there. Obviously, the two girls that were in the co-main event, he said horrible things about them, which is, there's no need for that. They've never done anything to him. But this is what he does. But at the end of the day, he's entitled to his own opinion, and he can say whatever he wants to say. You can agree with him or not agree with him, but he's allowed to say what he wants.
Your relationship, though, with the media and the way you guys have handled everything, so just like, this is how we're doing it. Do not care. Keep it moving. Feels like you and the media are a better relationship now.
I wouldn't say
huh?
that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
right?
say that.
Coming together? Uncle Dana?
No. Listen, you know what? If you notice, I really haven't been doing any media. I do podcasts, man. I'll do podcasts. I'll come hang with you. Lots of people. Oh, sorry. Lots of people want to talk to you because you're not the media. You're not coming on podcasts and people that you want to have open discussions with. There's not any gotcha moments. There's no agendas. There's no clickbait and all the bullshit that goes on with the media. The media right now, the two of the most hated people in this country right now are the politicians and the media.
Yep.
Right?
Are you getting into that, politics?
Hell no. You
are, though, kind of.
I'm not. Everybody thinks I am. My relationship with Trump is a 20-year relationship. I've been friends with this guy for 20 years. And when he shows up to the fights, this isn't something that's whatever. The guy's a fight fan. He's been a fight fan. The first fight, when we first bought the UFC, this is impossible for people to wrap their heads around now. Venues didn't want us. Now one of you guys just asked me about venues. We've been to all the biggest venues in the world. We broke all the records. Venues didn't want us when we started. Trump called and said, come to the Trump Taj Mahal. We'd love to have you. And that's what started this 20-something year relationship.
That was a follow-up I was going to have there, though, because have you ever had to play the politics to get licenses, to get opportunities in certain places where you couldn't? Because there has to be something there, right?
Well, it's all about politics for us. So when I go into a state, the governor of the state determines whether I get a license or not to put on fights. So we've always been, playing the political game.
What do you have to do? You have to meet with
politics, people think I'm some crazy conservative. I'm not. I'm right down the middle, and I'm for common sense. Okay? Yeah. There's lunatics on this side, and there's lunatics on this side.
Amen.
I'm right down the middle.
Amen.
I want common sense, and I'm done. I'm done with all the bullshit.
Yeah, I think we all. I think everybody with a brain is
done.
That seems to be the part. I got canceled by both sides in 1 week.
Exactly.
MSNBC on a Monday, Fox News on a Tuesday, and we're live on Wednesday. It was wild, and all the people from both sides were saying the same thing. Like Shane Gillis right now, I assume he's getting the same exact kind of world right now.
Yep.
And it's like it is wild. I think the majority of us though, and it feels like a time like this hasn't happened in a while since I'm only 36 years old. Feels like a majority of people are sick of the bullshit. Feels like it.
100%.
I feel it does feel like it. We have differences. We are going to disagree, but it
100%.
feels like.
And I have aligned myself with people that I want to be with, people that I want to sit down and have conversations with, people that I want to promote this with, people that I want to promote that. I don't care if a media member ever shows up to any of my events ever again. I could care less.
Don't need them.
I don't care.
All right, so your relationship's still good.
Awesome.
Still good with media. What's next? What are we looking forward to? Obviously, Friday night, massive for.
Friday night's Power Slap, Saturday's UFC, and Sunday is the Super Bowl.
What do we got UFC Saturday? I should have done more research for this.
Yeah, we're at the Apex. Joe Pyfer. I don't know if you guys remember Joe Pyfer from the Contender Series. Broke his arm fighting in the Contender Series, came back, had no money. The whole down and out story. Comes in after he heals, wins, and has been on this unbelievable winning streak. He's taking on Jack Hermanson on Saturday night. Should be an awesome fight. It's the main event on Saturday. So if any of you guys want to come, you're more than welcome. And if you want to see Power Slap, you're absolutely nuts if you don't come to it. It's one of the funnest live events you will ever go to.
That's what everybody says. And we're trying to live through Taylor and Will's. I mean, the humans that are signing up for that, I think I've met a lot of them throughout my life out there. They all think they're the toughest.
Yeah.
And then I imagine there's some regret You know, I imagine there's some regret up there.
Well, these guys, if you look at Power Slap, right, this thing's like a year and three weeks old when we started this thing. The guy, Wolverine, who's looked at the best in the world right now, you know, this guy's paid off his house, he's paid off his cars. I mean, these guys were doing this. It's a professional sport. They were doing it for free.
Yeah.
Now they're making real money, and, you know, it's changed a lot of these guys' lives.
Who has the greatest UFC walkout of all time?
McGregor.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Without a doubt.
Sinead O'Connor?
When's he fighting?
100%.
With Sinead live?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, when's he fighting?
What's the date?
Got a date on that? Can we see it again? Love to see it again sometime.
Hey, Chandler, obviously we know Chandler.
Yep.
Just, I'm excited for the build-up to that, how that's going to go. I mean, it's obviously already been happening.
Me too.
Do you kind of try to, obviously the promotion, it's Conor, so it's going to go regardless. But when you're putting fights together, do you think about the promotion, how the stories are going to go, and how one person shit talks or handles fights versus how somebody else does?
Well, there's a storyline to every fight. We lay out, you know, basically what that is. But when you think about it, I mean, this year, we got Anaheim. We got Super Bowl stuff going on this weekend. We got Anaheim, which is a great card next week. We got UFC 300 coming up. We got International Fight Week. We have the big show at the Sphere that we're talking about.
Mexican Independence Day.
Yeah. And we're going back to Abu Dhabi in October. We got and Conor will fight this year, so it's gonna be a fun year.
Yeah, it will. It will be a fun year.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, man.
Likewise.
$320,000 on a Tuesday in blackjack. Are you playing tonight?
Yeah, I play every night.
Wait, you just walk into a place?
Yes, I play every night.
So
are you coming tonight? What time you got to be up tomorrow? You look like you haven't slept in 4 days.
Well, I actually haven't. Monday Night Raw. It's a good call. And
it's a rough week.
And I'm pretty high right now, too. So whatever you're talking about, Monday Night Raw, right back to Indianapolis, right to last night's Las Vegas Golden Knights game. Yep. And we actually, he was a member of the team. Yeah. So we were there afterwards skate, the whole thing.
Did you wrestle at Raw, too?
Just talk shit.
Yeah. Okay.
TKO, by the way, you guys basically run a monopoly on renting arenas.
Oh, Jesus. Don't use the monopoly word with me, please.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're actually at that.
Good
yeah,
point.
Sorry, you're right. I didn't mean that. You guys are running a hell of a
enterprise.
Hell of a business. A great business.
You got a cold tub set up here? I mean, they'll do the gambling. I'll do the cold tub. I'll come for the Brecca morning. I got to come over.
I'm telling you right now, if you want to play, I'll have a cold plunge right next to the table. You guys can all cold plunge.
There you go.
What time is the Brecca morning start for you here, local?
8:30. You can come to my gym and do it. You can come over and work out at my place.
All right, tomorrow morning.
We got the cold plunge, the red light therapy. We got the oxygen. We got
this tomorrow morning we're doing this?
I'll do that shit tomorrow morning.
Yeah, me too.
Done. You got my number, right?
No.
You don't have my number?
No, dude. Yeah, thanks.
The hell?
All right, that guy's got your face on his shirt, though. I mean,
he's got my number.
Yeah.
Great head of hair.
I'll give you my number and pass it around if you guys want to come work out.
All right, tomorrow morning we're down at the gym. I'm doing a Brecca morning, Mark.
See you
if
there.
you want to play blackjack with me and Taylor and everybody,
tonight?
Yeah, tonight.
Okay, we'll be in. We're coming fresh out of a $60,000 suite for you two.
Done.
That better be fucking good.
Well, all right. So here's the deal.
Better.
All right. You'll win $60,000 tonight to pay for the suite.
Oh shit!
Deal. How much am I bringing? How much do I got to come with?
Nothing. You just we'll give you credit. You get the credit line over there, and we'll get your credit going, and we'll.
Sweet. Can't wait.
We'll knock out. So tomorrow, when you do your show tomorrow,
yeah,
I want to see the $60,000 sitting right on the table.
All right, sweet. Can't wait.
Right on your blackjack table here.
Can't wait to get robbed.
Yep.
That's gonna be great. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest business moguls America has ever created, president of UFC, founder of Slappy. Is that founder?
Yeah, say that. All right.
What other words should I use to describe you?
I don't know.
Entrepreneur.
God of Slap League.
Incredibly fit. Great shoe game.
Yeah.
Great shoe game.
Asshole.
Masshole. Yeah. And heart. Yeah. Ladies.
My guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dana White. Thank you. We appreciate you, dude, so much. All right, let's get to a break. We'll be back in about. We haven't taken a break yet.
No.
Got to go take a piss, because I'm hydrated because I'm doing the breakfast thing tomorrow morning.
Have to.
Got to get some of the edibles out of me, too. All right, be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're back from Radio Row in about 5.
Bye.
What's isolation?
It's 4 nights of complete darkness.
What?
Is there a bathroom or you wearing a diaper?
You
For
can
real?
wear-
Holy shit!
explosive, the thing that really takes it over the top. Jesus fucking Christ. The thing that really takes it over the top.
Son of a bitch, Mad Mel. Get it together.
Oh, yeah, fucking right we did. Oh, I just said right there. There's the first one.
Yeah, that's right.
If you go like that, okay.
Oh, my God.
Boom, right there. His foot's on the fucking line.
Boom.
That's his foot on the line.
He's living out in L.A. He drives sports cars just to prove.
I pooped my pants on Monday, actually, a week ago today.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Say so. Say so.
Also, fuck Boston.
You gotta have a working toilet seat.
Can't tell which side is which.
It's crazy. It's a dead ringer.
Changing that light.
Skydiving, I went Rocky Mountain climbing. I went 2.7 seconds on a bull named Blue Man Jr.
I think I smoke meat very well.
Ask Schefter what I texted him when he somehow got my number and texted me. I didn't respond to Diana Rossini, I think her name is. I would say the same thing that I told Schefter. Lose my number. Nice try.
My dad always said this. He said, boys, that's for show. Yeah. That's for dough. He said that one makes the girls cream, but that one puts food on the table. That's the work muscle.
Every single Thursday, we will be getting the incredible opportunity of chatting with head coach of Alabama, Nick Saban. People are saying you look like the Wayans brothers with the white chicks.
Oh, no. I'd say it was like a specific person. It's just like, hey, this is a sweet mask that someone spent a lot of time on, I guess. And they had a lot of old man.
AJ Hawk.
Whoa. Okay, here we go. Oh, boy. This is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure this whole situation out. Okay, you got to zoom here. Yeah, congrats, we're on ESPN. Awesome. I came on before.
Smoke sweeter and yeah, forgiveness, I've been denying. That's Live Like You Were Dying. That's that song.
Good song.
That's how he wrote it, probably.
There is a crowd of about 30 people moving through the back end of the business field here. And in the middle of it is this black Samoan man who has become
the most famous human on earth.
Great guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. There's thousands and thousands of people skipping class to come see your big ass.
Listen, there is thousands and thousands of you skipping class. It doesn't matter if they go to class.
Moana is one of the best animated films of all time.
What?
Okay, can't wait for the live action.
Thank you, yes.
But
You're welcome.
We talk about Moana.
What can I say except you're welcome?
And we talk about Moana.
Honestly, listen, kid, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was Maui just messing around. I couldn't let it buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. And the temperature here on my skin is a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been to make everything happen. Look at the me new Maui just tickety-tapping. That's it.
Still got it.
On the Samoan side, Polynesian side, we have a word called mana. Mana is spirit. Mana is power. Mana comes from in here. It's the thing that gives you goosebumps. It's that thing you feel. It's that thing when I walked out and we felt this thing. This is mana. This is mana. It's very, very, very real, and you could feel it. Wow. Little things like I don't get driven anywhere. I don't want to get driven anywhere. I don't like chauffeurs. Keeps me in my way just a little grounded. Like I could drive myself everywhere and not telling some guy, hey, take me here, take me there.
That is something I'm going to start saying, like, yeah. Because when they open your door, you feel so bad. I can open my own door, dude. They're trying to be courteous. It's their job. But also, the day I stop opening my own door is the day I become a big old bitch.
Here we go.
That's a big cup.
Sorry, Mike. Here's the iconic sound. You guys know it. This special Terramana toast goes out to Passion. Congratulations on your show. Very proud of you. Very proud of all you boys. And to all of you, love you guys. Thank you for the support. Keep kicking ass. Cheers. In my world, when I sit down and we're talking about movies and all this other shit, it's never this. It's never this, back with the boys, and you. So I appreciate it, and this one's to you. Thank you, boys.
See you, pal. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute break here.
Oh, hold on, one more. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Dan in Connecticut. Lovely place here on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Dano?
Oh, what's up, Pat McAfee?
Dan, you are too young to listen to this show. I can tell. I think. How old?
I'm not Dan. I am Owen.
Mitt. Owen, how old are you?
So different.
I am at 8.5.
Oh, this kid.
8.5.
If you're telling us you're half age, you're too young to be listening.
That's a record.
It stinks.
What's on your mind, pal?
What do you want to talk about, Owen?
I want to talk about how inspiring this show is and how you're inspiring this whole entire world with how you're talking about sports and how you're talking about your life experience.
Thank you, Owen.
Owen, thank you.
Love you, Owen.
Thank you,
Owen, I'm taking her on
And
the
also, fuck Boston College.
I will let Owen know, if you're still listening, Owen, you're inspiring.
Best kid ever.
Oh, and the way you talk about sports is inspiring.
Yes!
I didn't know 8.5 could do that.
Wow.
Shout out Owen.
That time.
Go, Owen.
Hey, Owen. New generation in Connecticut, I guess.
He was making me feel good, too, by the way. He's making me feel good, making the show feel good. He was talking us up. He was hyping us up, and then boom, a little.
Was this Aristotle's brother?
A little misdirection from Aristotle's brother, Owen, at 8.5 there. That was awesome.
I'd say he put his balls on your forehead, but I don't think they dropped yet. So.
Jalen Milroe often wears his own branded apparel reading LANK across the front. It's an acronym that stands for Let a Naysayer Know. Being told by his former offensive coordinator, Bill O'Brien.
That is not what I thought.
Is that not what you thought?
Boy, let a naysayer know.
Let a naysayer know.
Of course.
The professional's right in the middle of his lead. That's all right. I just keep going.
You almost lost me.
It got real tight up here as you were. I just want to let you know.
Reese, you were too smooth with that. I thought it was going down. I thought it was
Oh, sorry about it. Let a naysayer know. Let a naysayer know. That's what we thought the whole time. That's what we all thought. Hey.
Why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, the host of this year's Radio Row for Super Bowl 58. We are live with Hour 3 of the program starting now.
Football!
Sports. Okay, at least you ad-libbed a little bit. That's J.J. Watt, future Hall of Famer. A.J. Hawk is here, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys' Tone Diggs is here. And the Toxic Table joins us on a love seat. One man who has an incredible Wolf shirt on that he's been holding in the closet for this particular day at Boston Connor. How you doing, pal?
Fantastic. It's incredible. I mean, J.J. Watt in the flesh, much skinnier than I would have thought. He kind of comes across through the FaceTime as a truly strapping lad. A little more put together.
A little slender.
You chose a seat 4 seats away from me for a reason.
I don't know.
Let's not act like you're like some tough guy over here. Yeah, you got your Ty Domi. You got Ty Domi over there enforcing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not.
Yeah.
Speaking of, member of the Las Vegas Golden Knights, Ty Schmidt. Stick taps for you, pal.
Bedazzled jersey over there.
What'd you say?
Your bedazzled jersey. It looks great.
It's authentic, right?
Defending who are you a fan of? Exactly. You don't got it.
I grew up. I'm a terrible hockey fan because I grew up when I was young. I grew up in Wisconsin. We don't have a team.
Sure.
So we had the Blackhawks and the Red Wings. So I was a Chris Chelios fan. So big Hawks fan. Then he went to the Red Wings. I'm also a Red Wings fan. So I can't be a fan.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so you're not even a hockey fan.
I was 12 years old.
Yeah, we found out you're not a hockey fan.
I didn't have a fucking team either. But the day the Golden Knights decided to become a franchise, I said, here we fucking go, boys. That's my fucking team. And I've been a fan since day one, since the inception of the franchise. And yeah.
Why? Why have you been a fan from day one, though?
Because why not?
There's blood.
You just literally decided, like, the day they were inceptivized, you were like, I'm going to be on board. I am absolutely on board.
He knew what the barn was going to be like. He knew what the makeup of the team.
Who was the goalie?
Weakest barn in the
Who was the goalie?
No, it's not.
Don't get into the barn because the barn is not
What
the
do you
strength
mean?
of
I
the
heard it's
team.
amazing.
It's the weakest barn in the league.
No.
I mean, there were more Oilers fans last night there.
It's fucking Super Bowl week, dude.
By a
What are
lot.
you talking about?
If it's the toughest barn in the league, like you claim, it's night in and night out. They don't have.
Did they do
every
the-
now and then there's other fans.
Did they do the medieval times?
Oh, yeah. And the Golden Knight won, by the way.
Yeah.
There was a chance that the Golden Knight would lose before the puck drop, but Golden Knight sliced off the head of the other person.
Obviously.
Then they send it right up to the castle. Ty breaks the siren. Really lights that place into a playoff-like atmosphere, the boys said afterwards, Ty.
Yeah, I mean, it was a playoff-like atmosphere. You know, people are saying Edmonton's the best fucking team in the league. Okay. 16-game win streak. Yeah, trying to go set a record. We shoved it.
Ty, who was the Golden Knights goalie when they won the cup?
Aiden Hill. Get the fuck out of here. How about I fucking smack those fake dentures out of your mouth? Jesus, this guy. Unbelievable.
How about Aiden Hill last night? He got the 3-star.
He did.
Aiden Hill was standing on his head last night.
Wasn't it Flower?
No, he got traded.
They won 2 cups.
Yeah, he got traded away.
He got traded.
I know, but I thought he was on for the first cup.
I thought they
got beat in the finals.
Was that year
Look at
one?
that. That's
you've already proven you're not a hockey fan.
That's a smack right in your own face. That's a...
Yeah, you set yourself
win.
up.
Round one.
Joining us
Good
now,
job.
ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's about to be a free agent.
Ooh.
But he's played for America's team for the last few years and obviously made a prominent name for himself here for Ascent Protein.
Oh, yeah.
Ascent Protein.
Right to the top.
As if you're ascending, you see, in life, like this man. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Pollard. Tony, good to see you, pal. Love the Ascent.
Man. Great gear.
Wow.
Love the Ascent.
Head to toe.
Just got to put that on you.
Good coloring.
Great work, Kelton, by the way. Kelton is
Thank you, Kelton. Cowboys.
Kelton doing his work. He's a huge Cowboys fan. I guess he just lost his mind. Tony, obviously, the last few years have been with the Dallas Cowboy, an ascension into superstardom. Now you're with Ascent Protein. What do? We make shakes with this stuff?
Yeah, I partner with Ascent. Spring 2023, you know, they have a lot of different protein options. They got post-workout protein. They got pre-workout proteins. They got plant-based protein.
Oh.
Yeah, they got a lot of different flavors. My favorite would probably be the chocolate post-workout and the vanilla bean. And the pre-workout would be the strawberry lemonade.
Oh, the pre-workout protein, they got a little pick-me-up in there, too? A little booster in there?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so speaking of booster, whenever you and Zeke were in the backfield, your name came out. This guy caught the ball. He's fast. He was explosive. He was doing everything. Become the guy this past year. Obviously, offense becomes what it is. How do you feel about the last couple years with Dallas? How do you feel about where your career is right now? And what do you think about the future? Just kind of a state of Tony Pollard at this moment.
I mean, I'm feeling good actually, especially not having to deal with any injuries from the season, not having to worry about recovery or treatment or things like that. So, me coming in this year, I feel like I'm already a step ahead of where I was last year, and just not having to worry about getting my body back into shape, getting my body back to where it could run and function like how it normally does. So
yeah, having a healthy offseason is obviously a massive advantage. AJ has a question for you, too.
Now, I know your guys' defensive coordinator obviously got the head coaching gig in Washington. I think you guys are still going through the process, right, of figuring out who that DC might be. When you face that defense, you guys have stars everywhere you look. What do you think? What do you look for them for next year, and who do you think they might bring in?
It's crazy. See, I hadn't been on social media. Like, I got rid of Instagram like midway through the season.
How come? Too much people being negative?
I mean, being a Cowboy, you just have to find ways to keep your mental on point.
Yeah, keep the noise out.
Yeah.
Did you just find out you lost your defensive coordinator?
I just found out right now.
Oh,
hey, he's the head coach of Washington.
Newsbreaker. Yeah, he's the newsbreaker.
Dan Quinn's the head coach of Washington.
Dan Quinn, head coach, Washington Commanders.
Backwards hat showed.
How's he going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't doubt Dan Quinn at all, and whatever he's doing, head coaching, defensive coordinator, whatever it is, he's gonna find a way to get the most out of the guys that he coaches. He does a great job, just being relatable to the guys and just being there for them.
He's going to be a free agent, obviously, so he has his own business to figure out. That's hilarious to think, though, that you have no idea that Dan Quinn is not the head. Do you we're off the grid? We are off the grid. We're working out.
That is incredible.
We read books. We're not even on. What do we?
I mean, I'm more present in the house. Play around with my kids. Watch TV. Watch movies a lot. I'm big on UFC. That's my game that I play. Yeah.
You see, Dana just came.
I just seen him. That's why it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, well, you not knowing that's happened is awesome.
That's incredible. Touche to you. Seriously, that's an impressive level of presentness in the world to be able to be that in the know.
You think Al Harris has a chance to get the job, defense coordinator?
I could see that. I could see that.
Do you have much interaction with the defensive side of the ball like this past couple of years? How tight was that Dallas Cowboys team? How tight was it?
Close with the defense. I feel like the whole team, for the most part, is good with each other. Offense, defense, like offensive line, D-line, like believe it or not, they get along when they're not on the field.
It's hard, right? Because Dallas Cowboys, you just said whenever you're Dallas Cowboys, try to keep your mental right. Because, I mean, Stephen A. Smith is leading. He had the biggest numbers he's ever had after you guys lost because everybody was just expecting him to cook everybody on your team and obviously Dak Prescott and everything. It's been how the Cowboys have been for a long time. And a lot of people wonder, like, can you win? You're the Dallas Cowboys with all the scrutiny, with the spotlight, with the primetime every single weekend, with the amount of names and egos and everything and personalities that are brought in there. How does the team handle it? You're saying it's a tight group. Like, do you have to take a special person to be a Cowboy, I assume? Is that a real thought?
You definitely have to be a professional. Once you become a Cowboy, you have to learn to, block out the noise. They're going to ×2 whatever it is you're doing, whether it's good or bad. You could have a good game, they're going to say you should be MVP. You could have a bad game, they're going to say you shouldn't be in the league. Like, you got to know, like, to block it out and just stay neutral. And, like, this your job at the end of the day. So, like, you can't let what the people are saying affect you.
Tom Diggs has a question for you, Tom.
Yeah, so now that you got the franchise tag last year, going to be a free agent this year, do you know what you're looking for in free agency as far as a team? Is it the contract? Is it a chance to win the Super Bowl? Is it a little mixture of both? What are you looking for?
And what are you hearing from people?
I would say a little bit of a mixture of everything, and it's kind of hard to answer that right now.
You want all the money in the world.
Still being,
yeah, you want to win all the money in the world.
I feel like you can say that for everybody.
You deserve it too, Tony.
Just, with the situation right now, the season's still going on. It's kind of hard to judge how free agency is going to play out. So I say after the Super Bowl and things get to going, we'll have a more better understanding. Yeah.
We can't wait to watch what happens with you. We appreciate you introducing Ascent protein into our life. I assume it's good. JJ, you use this stuff?
I use protein. I do. Have not tried Ascent. Might have to.
They got a vegan one in here, right? Plant-based? Is that a vegan one?
I don't mind the animal.
Beef.
I don't mind the animal.
You like beef?
Tony, you do the plant-based one or the animal one? You do the animal one?
I do the animal.
You do the animal one.
A little whey. Get a little whey.
Other big beef guy.
Yeah, I love beef. Don't
Nice.
I love beef
Wisconsin. He
protein.
loves
Texas.
beef.
Show.
Down there in Texas.
This guy's playing UFC video games.
He's eating beef.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Got to.
Tony, you're a superstar, buddy. Incredibly explosive and athletic, and your helmet looked awesome. We're showing some highlights of you right here behind you. Your helmet is awesome. You love the way that thing feels because AJ makes fun of all the new helmets.
It's so much lighter than like the average helmet. Like if you hold the regular helmet and hold that one, you'll see why.
Oh, it's much better.
Much better. And then like it.
AJ.
Those new ones where they mold it to your head, they you almost like having the helmet on.
Yeah.
It's so much more comfortable. It took me way too long to transition. I held on to my old one for so long. My last year, I finally switched to the new one. They are extremely comfortable.
What you have, a Rydell beforehand?
Yeah, I had like the old school one because I was like, I'm grandfathered in with the old ones.
It's not that.
It's called a Rydell.
The riddle.
Tony, what do you call a helmet that's made by a company that's spelled Riddello?
I feel like it depends on the moment. Some people sometimes may call it riddle.
Okay, so you have heard humans call it Riddell? You've heard people call it Riddell?
Yeah.
Wow.
Boom.
Crazy.
Tony, me and you, two peas in a pod, bro.
Yeah, it really feels like you
Come to New England.
Come to New England.
Hey, come play for the Patriots.
Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you, man. Good luck with everything this offseason, and thanks for stopping by.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Pollard. Thank you.
Yeah, Tony.
Stick taps.
Taps for the boys. Stick taps.
Man, I'll take care.
Here we go, boys.
Thank you, boss man. Hell yeah. Tony Pollard.
Thank you,
Good to see you, brother.
Tony, man.
Good luck to you, man.
Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
You didn't have
JJ, so you switched your last year, was it when you wore the new age helmet?
Yeah, I wore the new one. It was awesome.
How did it feel hitting people?
Great. It is so,
This guy's got questions.
like, it is, every single helmet is literally designed exactly for your head. And it truly was. Like, there were days of practice where I just left my helmet on between drills and between stuff because I was like, this is actually really comfortable, which, as you know, the old ones, I mean, just right here, just crush your skull.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild. Well, I mean, breaking news journalist AJ Hawk.
Yeah, he didn't know. That was crazy.
That was AQ. I don't know if you were able to hear that.
Yep.
Dude had no clue that Dan Quinn was no
know.
longer with the Cowboys.
I have no idea how that happened.
That was
today's day and age.
unbelievable.
It's off the grid. You got to respect it.
I
do respect
TV
it. I wish I could do that.
Other stuff.
The radio row is starting to fill in.
Yes.
As we have done our program here. This is me on the ones and twos here with the PTZ. At the beginning of the program, all you saw was pillar, and some
Bruce.
tables that were built. And now we got humans everywhere.
Bruce Bryan.
And we got Bruce Bryan making an appearance.
Strapping
Obviously,
lad.
we're appreciative of that.
Filling in.
Cameraman, I think we met him in Texas, maybe. Good to see him. Fantastic shot. But this is going to be an electrifying week, and J.J. Watt's going to be on the coverage live from the field. J.J., haven't got a chance to really get your take on Peyton Manning telling us last week he thinks it's going to be a high-scoring affair. High-scoring affair, even though both defenses are obviously would have been kind of the name for the teams this year. Even though Packers-Lions ran over the Niners, what everybody wants to talk about.
Yep.
And Pacheco has certainly got the ball 20, 25 times in a game before, and they become a running team. But do you think it's going to be a high-scoring one? Do you think defenses show up? What are your thoughts on how the game
I personally don't. I personally think it's low-scoring, so I'll go against Peyton. Also makes good content. I think the defenses are great, and I think one of the keys, and I think you watched that Chiefs versus Ravens game last week or 2 weeks ago, and the first drive of the game, the Chiefs had an incredible drive, came out strong. But the rest of the game, they were mitigating risk. They weren't doing anything to give the game away or to make mistakes. And they kind of tried to let the Ravens make those mistakes. I think that that's kind of the key for success in two teams that are so successful and so strong. It's who's going to make that mistake first. So I do think some of that minimization of mistakes combined with the great defenses that are in this game might keep it a little bit lower scoring.
Well, and how about Brock Purdy? I remember you said the kid stinks because he was drafted last. Yep. He has a chance now to prove everybody wrong in front of potentially 200 million people, JJ.
No, Brock Purdy is awesome. He's a great quarterback. We should be celebrating him as an incredible story. It's literally a Hollywood movie. If you wrote it, you wouldn't believe it. Yet somehow we all still hate him. I think he's going to have a great game. We had a chance to do some interviews earlier in the week. I interviewed Christian McCaffrey, and I watched Boomer interview Brock. And just sitting there listening to him, talking to him, having some conversations before and after.
Sooner?
Hardest working man in America.
That guy.
Oh,
They just had
Boomer
Randy
Cheetah.
Moss. They just had Randy Moss on.
The Randy Moss thing. But it was fascinating. Brock's just a true great down-to-earth kid, and so it's wild like to see all the outside stuff, and then you're sitting there talking to him, you're like, why the hell would anybody hate on this guy?
What did Boomer ask him? He said, "Hey, you got a work ethic that doesn't quit." What were some of Boomer's?
I can't remember. You got to tune in.
What were some?
Tune into CBS.
When on Sunday? I gotta wait
yes,
till Sunday to
CBS
hear
on
Boomer
Sunday,
and Brock
yes.
Purdy. I don't got time.
I want to listen now.
Right now.
I mean,
Is Tony going to join you guys at all for that 4-hour pregame?
Yes.
Imagine he jumps in
Come
a couple
on.
times, right, Ty?
You know Tony?
Oh, JJ, I don't know, but
Listen to that voice.
I was gonna say I lost my fucking voice. I've been trying to get it back, but I don't know, JJ. I mean, are you gonna get to sit down with Tony? Maybe have a cocktail or two? I don't know, JJ.
We were together yesterday. The whole crew together. We had everybody together for the. We had everybody in the whole room. It was cool. It was a good time yesterday with the entire CBS staff.
Did you think it was Ty talking to you when you were talking?
I thought
to Tony
was. Yeah, I thought Tony was right in
that
the
was
room
a
here.
D minus.
Yeah.
My throat hurts so bad.
Yeah, impressions are going to be tough for you.
It was a D minus.
What? So it was whiskey last night?
What?
And a lot of yelling.
What?
I see. That's the thing is I don't even remember yelling.
Oh, you were.
in the second period, Ty turns around to me and goes, "Yeah, this is good. If I don't stop yelling, there's a chance I might lose my voice." And I'm not kidding.
Oh, I
he
do remember
He turned
saying
around right after that. Let's fucking go, boys! Come on now! Screamed right. I was all right. He's got no chance.
Dude, it was phenomenal. I mean, it was one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen in my life. Watching Ty take in the Las Vegas Golden Knights game last night. And look at it. I guess, sorry. I just scored. And then the night comes back to reaffirm that was. I know.
He's really like assaulting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's Herb Street, like when Herb Street with the kickers on game day.
Shoulders him.
Yeah.
Was it a steady state of drinking, or was it like a hey, let's get
This
this
dude was
to 10
drunk
real
at 3
quick?
p.m. yesterday on the plane.
As soon as we got on the plane.
I told you. Those were singles. Okay?
And you had how many of them?
I had about, well, I wasn't going to have a bunch, and then my fucking phone fell down in a design flaw in the plane 45 minutes into a 4-hour flight. So I was like, okay, well, this is fucking boring. Everyone's laughing at their phone. Hey, you guys see this text message? Well, no, I can't, because it's coming in on my watch. I can't look at it.
Oh, you raw dogged a 4-hour flight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't raw. He drank that thing dry.
I was gonna say, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna take every mini booze bottle they have in here, and I'm gonna drink every single one of them. And I pretty much did.
Everything Ty said he was going to accomplish yesterday, he did. He said he was going to try to break
And
that
more.
siren. He did. Said he was going to get on the ice with the boys. He did.
All right.
Said he was going to make it all the way through the whole game to meet Stoner in
promise.
person afterwards. He did. Everything Ty said he was going to do yesterday, he did. And he's paying for it today.
Oh yeah.
It's been an inspiration. I mean, that's an inspiration.
Yeah.
You set a list of goals, and you accomplished all the goals.
And we fucking, sent Edmonton packing.
The streak.
Sorry ass boys, send them back to Canada.
All right, joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who's been knowing of things for a long, long time. A guy who knows every. Oh, that dude.
Condor.
yeah.
Max, what up, man? How you feeling?
Oh, no.
Hey, I think I'm coming to see you this week, right? All right. So,
I'm waiting for my text message. Yeah, no problem. No
good
problem.
to see you, Max.
Big son of a bitch.
He's so big.
Yes.
Everybody's so fucking big.
The hell?
David Lombardi at Lombardi himself.
Yeah.
Big.
House.
Debo. Big.
What?
Shannon Sharpe. Big.
What?
Mark Schlereth. Big. JJ. Slender.
Small.
I mean, I'm down. I literally played at 280 last year. I'm 275.
Yeah, but you're doing hotel workouts now.
Yeah. Talk about the optics. Okay.
I just rearranged the calories. That's all. I just
It's
rearranged
just the neck. I think
I agree. It is.
neck.
It is definitely the neck.
Yeah.
Did you see Mark Schlereth?
No.
Oh.
He's 80 years.
Necks?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't work on the neck. I'm not hitting anybody. I have no.
So we have put that to bed. You are retired.
Yeah. No, I absolutely am. I mean, halfway through this last season would have been. I mean, I definitely was monitoring the Steelers and Texans situations, but it never escalated to any sort of actual potential.
We're proud of you for coming to that decision.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's big news. Yeah, Tony. He was
Yeah.
going to play for the Steelers.
Sorry, Tony.
He's
Monitoring.
monitoring it.
Monitoring.
He's monitoring it. He's monitoring it. That's a tough word.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, I trust
What
me.
would've
It
had
would
to
have been
happen?
an absolute dream come true. Like to play with my brother would be great, but I mean,
So
it's just realistically.
Why didn't it happen?
yeah, isn't that just your that's just your decision?
No, I mean, I'm also not like coming in. They were all set. Like they got great players. They were fine.
So you didn't make the decision.
Well,
You didn't want to.
if you would have said, I want to play, by the way, they would have signed you right away.
In a heartbeat.
They'd signed Ty last night.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's not as simple as that. I also like. I'm very very happy and pleased with the way things went. I think if it was something where I could bring something that would help propel somebody to a potential Super Bowl situation, like where you fill in a need and something that could take them to a new level, absolutely. But just to do it would have been ridiculous. I wasn't.
Yeah, but both those teams certainly could have used a little boost.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like he was like even shitty Pittsburgh.
I mean, when I went to Pittsburgh and visited TJ and watched him get ready for the game, and then like that was hands down the moment where I was like, this is the first time I definitely miss playing. Like it was halfway through the year.
Okay, so are we done or not? Like, is this
I'm
gonna happen?
absolutely done. I'm 1,000% done. You can miss something and not want to do it again.
Yeah, but what you're saying is like, well, it wasn't as easy as me just saying.
If they after that, I think they rattled off 3 losses in a row. So I think that like if they had rattled off 3 wins in a row, all of a sudden the conversation's a little bit different.
But next year, like if both of those teams are in it again.
No, you don't take a year off and then go back.
Well,
come on,
Flacco.
Come on, hey, you're Nick Morota back there. That's a couple yins saying, come on.
No, because the next morning, like I felt all those emotions before the game, and then the next morning he woke up all sore, bruised up, has to go get treatment and everything, and I popped up, went for a nice walk, and had a coffee.
Popped in a
great.
cold tub.
Yeah, it was great. So I don't have any of those things.
You said it'd be a dream to play with your brother. We're talking about dreams here.
Oh, there's no question.
90%.
Look.
No.
20%.
Dreams.
15%.
Reason to play with your brother in Pittsburgh.
4%.
Pleasure.
50%.
We lost the percentage of pleasure. 5% pleasure.
Oh,
what kind of pleasure? Like, what does that mean?
To you. Yeah.
Pleasure, like, hey, I won the game?
50% pain.
What,
I was having a conversation with Coach Cowher yesterday. I was having a conversation with Coach Cowher yesterday because we were talking about Andy Reid and the rumors of retirement, etc. But we were talking about Coach Cowher and about how he decided to retire and when he did. And he said, the best part of being retired is I haven't lost a game in 17 years.
Yes.
And he was saying, at the end of my career in Pittsburgh, the expectation levels became so high that you couldn't even enjoy wins because it was like you have to get to the ultimate goal in the
relief.
end.
Mac Brown told us at Texas, when I would win, it was a relief, and when we lost, it was devastating.
Right.
So there was no happiness ever, pretty much.
Exactly.
And he said he got out of there.
Yeah.
And then he went back to it in North Carolina.
Yeah. And then you hear James Harrison. I mean, like what he just said about Pittsburgh. Like the standard is winning Lombardis.
Right.
It's nothing else below that.
So you're not even allowed to enjoy and appreciate the wins like you did at the beginning, and not to say that doesn't change the standard, but it does take, like, that's what you work so hard for, those wins. So you should be able to enjoy those and still have the goal be bigger, but there's no question it gets taken away over time because of what the ultimate goal becomes.
Do you have to leave?
What time is it?
34.
Yeah, I can get out of here if you're kicking me out.
No, you're the one that told me you had to leave.
Yeah, no, give me like 5-10 more. I'll hang out. I love this. You guys, I truly,
okay.
I do want to say, because I don't know, are we doing it next week or not? I have no clue how this works. Is there a show next week?
Yeah, we were.
Oh, great.
Here? Are we here still?
Yeah, we stay here for 2 weeks.
Coming back?
Depends on how much we win with Dana tonight.
Hey, good call. I like the we win too stuff because like we need to win. Hey, how much money I need to bring? Nah, I just give you a credit for a couple $100,000.
It's free money.
To a casino.
It's free.
Okay.
You're gonna win $60,000 tonight. Okay, how's that gonna work? I love that.
Do I have to bring money?
Like, what if you're
no, you don't have to bring money.
What if you're down 100? Like, what if I'm down 100? Okay, how far do I go down before I go back up, Dana?
Right. And Dana, we know we're coming back. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now I'm in debt 200,000 to who? Oh, okay. People that are good people.
Yeah,
right.
Sure. That's fun. After you two, though, I mean, the vibes you're going to carry.
Oh, my God.
You're right. I trust Dana. Hey, I trust him. I see a lot of people win. And joining us now is a guy who probably has the information on whether or not we're going to win tonight before anybody else. Insider for the last 3 decades, Fox Sports legend. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Glazer.
Yeah, Jay.
Double appearance.
Jay Glazer.
Wow, look at that shirt.
Oh, that's sick.
Great to see you, dude.
That's a great shirt.
Great to see you, dude.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Isaac.
The big boy seat over here.
Yeah, well, you're the only person to ever appear on our show 2 times.
2 times.
In one day.
Well, I feel like I should. I feel like we broke up or something this year. I don't know. I haven't heard
what do you
from
mean?
guys.
No,
Jay. I don't know.
Jay.
I feel like maybe you thought I was cheating on you. I don't know what it was.
Well,
but I'm a loyalty guy.
Well, after what I read yesterday, we're all in the same company now.
I saw that. Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That was very different before.
Let's get richer together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
what everybody's saying. Jay, let's talk about. We were just talking about Pittsburgh Steelers and Debo saying the standard is the standard.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about people coaching and like the expectation is that you always have to win and like your life can no longer be fun sometimes when you're around coaching for so long. You had a report about Tomlin potentially thinking about, and obviously we know how close you are to everybody in the league. So anytime you say anything, we are fucking dialed in, pal. You said his chance maybe he steps away or
No, that wasn't me.
No, that wasn't you. Was there a conversation about him leaving Pittsburgh?
That was Adam. No. I said that if he wants to come back to Pittsburgh, he's coming back to Pittsburgh because people are acting like he's going to get fired. He wasn't getting fired. You're not going to fire Mike Tomlin. And then at one point, I know there were teams that were hoping that maybe he could be available, so they were going to be lining up for him. And he never wanted to do it. He was like, I'm going to Pittsburgh or nothing. But for him, it wasn't really nothing.
It sounded like there was never an or nothing thing, though, because the way he spoke to the players, he was like, bullshit, I'm still without in.
But I think, he gets emotional during the year when he starts getting, crushed. And like every year, he gets crushed. Right? The guy's never had a losing season.
That's what we're talking about, expectations.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And
no happiness.
Yet
He's
every
still
year
happy?
they kill him. And even though everything kind of rolls off his back for the most part, sometimes it doesn't. But there was never a thing of him going, no, I'm going to go somewhere else. He made it clear to me. I'm not going anywhere else. Don't do your little thing where you're trying to get me to go over here or go anything. No, you want to make sure that.
Hey, don't do your little puppet shit.
Yeah.
We don't need you to.
Behind the scenes crap.
We don't need you to work that whole thing.
Yeah.
Is he ever happy?
Is he happy?
Is he ever happy?
He's the happiest dude in the world. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
That guy's like a walking Prozac.
We're talking about the expectations about like how if he wins games with not great roster, people are still like, yeah, you're above 500. We haven't won a playoff game.
I think what happens also, like personnel-wise, they sit there and they're like, oh, we can get anybody in here, and Mike T will, keep him under wraps, he'll control him. But then it's like, because you saw what he did with like AB and with Le'Veon and all these guys, you just never heard a peep. And then like all of a sudden they leave, it's like, this dude should get the Nobel Peace Prize.
I mean, he's been able to obviously guide the team for a very long time.
Then they continue to bring more and more guys in like that, and eventually it's going to kind of get your culture.
Excited to see what the Steelers become. Obviously, massive transition era. There's been a lot of rumors.
Your guy, Artie Smith?
Love him.
Artie Smith called him from the Maldives on vacation and said, don't do anything until I get back. And Mike T was like, you call me from like a beach with your wife or like the Maldives? He's like, yeah, don't do anything before I get back. Just don't do anything. All right. And that's really like, that's how it happened.
Do you know Arthur Smith well?
Yeah, very well.
Us getting to know him this year.
Oh, man. Oh, I know. I love what he did.
He's a beauty, bro. He's a beauty. He's a beauty.
Yeah. I met him, though. His sister was our first client at Unbreakable. She produced Sicario and The Blind Side and La La Land.
Okay.
So I met her through that. And then, funny thing, they had Mr. Smith, Fred Smith, show up to Unbreakable one time. So we're all going to go meet about something. And Fred Smith, owner of FedEx, shows up to Unbreakable in the back seat of a Prius Uber X.
Yes.
And I go,
Marine, bro.
I go, Mr. Smith, what the heck? He goes, Jay, you can never have enough money. I go, yeah, you can. Totally can.
Yeah, saving money everywhere you go. I appreciate that. Hey, a lot of shit happened this year, though. A lot of stories, and we haven't got a chance to catch up with you. I think the boys are maybe going to fire away about the year that was, maybe.
Oh, let's go.
Con Man's got a question for you.
Yeah, right now, I mean, the whole thing is where there's smoke, there's fire. And there's been a lot of smoke around the whole Andy Reid retiring possibly after this year or in the near future. Is that something that Andy Reid has kind of had on his mind, at least these last couple of years?
Why is everybody talking about it?
Because everyone is talking about it.
His age and, if you keep winning. But so here, last year, we're doing the Super Bowl last year, and I go and I meet with Andy. We're hanging out. I'm doing like a Chris Jones feature. And Andy and I are really close. I've been for a long, long, long time. And we're in his office and talking about, hey, man, are you going to hang it up after this? He's like, I got a decision to make after this. And I don't know. He said, but I'm having so much fun. And the other night I was up till 6 a.m. returning all these texts, which I never do. So, like, he has this whole thing. I said, all right, well, make sure if you're going to do it, tell me first. You have a little hug and all that stuff. So I say something to that effect on Sunday. And then, like, Sunday, the Super Bowl, I'm, like, walking past on the field. And he's like, hey, come here. So I walk in the middle of the field. He goes, you have me retiring? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? He goes, you said I'm retiring. I'm like, I didn't say you're retiring. I said exactly what you told me in your office. He goes, I don't remember what you told me in the office. What did I tell you in the office? And I've repeated what he told me in his office. He's like, oh yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, but if I said it, I said it. I just don't remember. I was like, yeah, dude, this is exactly what you said.
Yeah, but it feels like that's because he's like Tony Pollard didn't even know that Dan Quinn wasn't defense coordinator anymore for the Dallas Cowboys. He was just on the show. Had no idea. AJ broke the news to him. He was Jay Glazer to him. I feel like these people that live in the moment so much, like an Andy.
I think Andy just goes through stuff, and he'll. What he said to me after, he's like, you know what? I got asked the question 1 billion times. By the time I talked to you about it, I think I was just saying things just to I was just brain dead.
Done with it, yeah. But also, I don't think anybody wants Andy Reid to leave football.
No.
Fans don't want him to leave football. It seems like his team doesn't want him to leave football, anything
Absolutely
like that.
Not. I think they're always kind of quietly prepared just in case, but only Andy can answer that question for you.
AJ has a question for you, Jay.
So is Mike Vrabel too big to get an NFL job, another gig? What happened? And is that true?
Is
that a real thing?
The physical size?
That's what I'm saying.
No.
The stuff that we
stupidest thing I ever saw.
Rossini had reporting that a GM supposedly said his physical stature intimidates people.
Actually happened at the Senior Bowl. Diana Rossini.
What GM would say that, Jay?
No GM would say that.
Diana Rossini pushed back on it though, just so we're clear.
She did a good job. She did a great job.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Nobody's going to sit there and go, oh my gosh, he's too big. I think what happened with him and Rand Carthen, and things just get up. But I also think it's the Patriot way thing. So during the year, people were asking me, where do you think Belichick's going to go? And I said, I don't really see a big market for him. And they're like, Bill Belichick? I said, I just don't. I just think the way D'Amico does it now, Dan Campbell's, Sean McVay's,
Dan Quinn,
Daniels, Dan Quinn.
Rob Mayo.
That's that. Yeah, you want this you want a different culture now in your building. And when Bill comes in, if you're winning, it's okay to be miserable. If you're losing, it's not okay. It's not just going to be Bill as the coach. It's Bill with so much other stuff, right? He's bringing in a certain culture, and the culture that everybody knew was a paranoid culture. So he has to convince people it's not going to be a paranoid culture. And
what do you mean by that, paranoid culture?
It's the Patriots culture. It was always paranoid. Even this year, remember they had that little thing of who's going to start Mac Jones or Zappe, right?
Yeah.
And even people in the building, they wouldn't tell them. They're like, what's the difference? It's Mac Jones, Bailey Zappe. Who cares? There's no difference if anybody knows what it is. And there are even coaches that didn't know. Everything is paranoia. And it is that paranoia at one.
I mean, they don't name defensive coordinators, right? They don't name. It's
exactly,
like all that
titles.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
It's interesting.
I think people just didn't want to bring it in. And I think Vrabel got some of them caught up of him being a Patriot way kind of guy. And some of them was how it ended there with the Titans as well.
We assume that they'll both get opportunities in the next coaching cycle, but who knows how the NFL goes.
Pete Carroll too.
I haven't even thought 72 years old. They forced his ass out, huh? They forced his ass out.
Big time.
Yeah, we've been reading the tea leaves, Jay. We've been reading.
Snyder didn't.
Because it wasn't football people, is what Pete Carroll said.
Who said it? What did Pete say?
Pete said it wasn't football people. He said in his radio interview, he said, me trying to explain.
It wasn't Snyder.
No, he's a football guy. We know that.
I think it was it was a bigger picture thing.
So it wasn't, but Pete Carroll did not know.
It wasn't John Schneider's decision.
No, but Pete did not know either. When he was walking in the meeting, he had no idea that was coming.
No, I don't think Pete knew.
Oh, wow.
There wasn't a feeling throughout the year at all? Any kind of inkling hey, this feels different, this is weird?
But things have been going kind of in that organization the last few years, right? They've both been kind of up in the air. Even after they signed contracts, they're both kind of up in the air of what's going to happen over here. So I think that one came from the top. That one came from the top.
JJ has a question for you, Jay.
I actually do have a question. I'm fascinated. We've never talked about this. 2 years ago, I had my heart situation. I was told by Mark Dalton, our media guy, hey, just so you know, somebody has the information about your heart situation. They're going to put it out.
You freaking cut off my tweet before I could say anything. What the hell was that? I even checked with you.
Hold on. What happened?
This
seems pretty serious here.
Yeah.
No, but I'm curious just when you get information like that about certain situations like that, I'm just fascinated how you handle it because you have so much information coming from so many different areas. It's obviously, it affects people's lives. It affects things. How do you handle that level of responsibility?
Well, first of all, for you, I was like, man, I'm making this dude out to be Paul Bunyan. After what just happened with him, but what I normally...
What happened? Remind me what happened. It was...
You got your heart
Thursday
right?
after practice, I was in AFib. So Thursday night, they put me under, shocked my heart back to rhythm. And then Friday, I was back to to practice.
And then he played on Sunday.
Played on Sunday.
Yeah.
I remember
so
that.
I look at like, what a freaking gangster. So
Yeah.
what I normally don't do is call PR guys. And I texted you and I didn't get anything back. And I said, hey, before I do anything about health, I want to make sure I check with somebody. So I called your PR guy, and your PR guy went to you, and you're like, yeah. So I looked at like, I'm good. And then you tweeted out something like, oh, somebody came out with some information, was going to do this. I'm like, I just checked with your ass. What do you free? Like,
No, it's about the people.
Be.
It's the people inside the building, because literally at that time,
but that's your
3
business,
people knew
Jay.
about
That's
it.
your
Yeah,
business.
no, I know.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But also,
3
like, I'm
people
making
know
him out
about
to be
it.
Paul Bunyan. And like, if you
Yeah.
just let me go with my plan, man, you would have
Okay, Jay, so
you would have had a whole big thing out there in front of Hardee's.
Hey, let's talk about that, because obviously it did put JJ over. Babyface
Yeah,
JJ.
look at this.
Now,
And I was pissed.
Now, I think, though...
I was pissed.
I was
pissed.
pissed.
I was upset.
Yeah, but I went the right route. I called your PR
So,
director.
Jay Glazer, hold on one second. So I think, like, JJ's thought is he probably hadn't told a lot of people that are close to him about potentially being dead and then coming back on
But I also
Sunday.
asked, I said, hey, can you check with him that it's good? So I also, because if he had said to me,
Because Mark Dalton, our PR guy, came to me on game day, and he said, hey, I'm letting you know somebody has this information. So I'm sitting there eating my French toast before the game. Like,
should you be
what the hell am I thinking
French
about?
toast.
What about it all?
should you be doing that?
I want my
Coming off
glucose
AFib? I don't know if
levels.
it's
I want my glucose levels to be full. I need my storage to be ready for the game.
I like that.
So then I'm sitting there at breakfast, and I'm like, well, shit. Like, how am I going to handle this? This is going to come out right before the game. So then I was like, screw it. Like, I
No, but I also
handle
asked
my
if
own
you were
stuff.
good with it. I was told I was good.
Hey, Glazer, I got a question for you.
If it's a health thing, I do.
Glazer, I got a question for you.
I've had friends who've had like cancer issues. I'm like, it shouldn't come from me. It should come from them.
That makes
so
sense.
for that, I want to make sure you were good with it. I was told you were good with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, great. And then you did that. And yeah. Then
So whenever you see people get upset about shit getting out and publicly, there's numerous times where you've been like, that's actually the person that gave me the information, right? In this game, as we're getting into the game.
A lot of times I'll tell guys also be like, oh, I hate that dude who had that. Yeah.
Because
throw
that's
them
your
off.
entire business,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, throw people off.
That's your entire
All right,
business
let's
of
just
getting
go.
information.
JJ gave it to me. This whole thing's a ruse.
No, but
It's all stick, yeah.
no, but I'm saying that, Jay, like that's an interesting part of your gig that you've had for how many years now?
30 something, yeah.
Because we're getting more people that are in the insider game,
Yeah.
now, in the aggregator game now, and like narratives are getting built quickly, and it's like
real fast. And people don't care. They tweet as fast as they can, so it may not be accurate.
So it's almost like you're more important now, the relationships that you've had than ever before, because the narratives can get built quickly by people that maybe have a half truth in there. Has that been like a little bit of a swing in how people view your profession? Because I assume back in the day it was like, who's ratting to Jay Glazer? Now it's like, hey Jay, we need you to get the real story. Is that like kind of?
I think I'm different than the other guys. Also, I built up. From day one, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the most trusted guy in sports, and this is 1990.
In all of sport?
That was my goal. That's what I wanted to do.
Congrats.
I want to be the most trusted guy in sports.
Shit.
That's the way I looked at it. Because also back then, reporters used their pen as a weapon. I was going to say, I'm going to build relationships. Like, I have more in common with these players than I do my fellow media guys, so I'm going to build relationships. And by the way, I got destroyed for years for not being objective. And I'm being,
we get that.
Killed. He's a player's guy. He's a coach's guy. And I would fight back with them going, well, I don't think you're objective, because if this guy doesn't give you an interview, you kill him. So I think you're not objective. So this went on for a long time. And then people used to write about me and Strahan, used to decimate Michael and I, because they knew how, because Strahan had to drive me back from New York City, from Giant Stadium back to New York City every day, because I was too broke for subway and bus fare for those first 11 years. So every day he drove me back. I'd wait for him to get out of treatment, watch film, and drove me back. So I owned like $28,000 in Lincoln Tunnel fare. They used to kill us back because no one had relationships back then. So that was my thing, was like, well, I want to be different than everybody else. I just want to be trust.
It's an incredible grind. I mean, I have massive respect for the grind, because you have to build it up over time. And the thing I'll say about that whole situation, you had 100% accurate information. Like, it was not wrong information. I was not mad about the fact that I was mad about how you got it, but you, like, it's almost a testament to the fact that you had the correct information.
Just so you know, the people who gave it to me, and it wasn't a secret in your organization.
Correct.
They marveled at you. So they looked at it more like, hey, man, you should get this out. Like, people don't know, like, what this guy went through this week. Like, man, this is, like, it's unbelievable. So they viewed you up here. You took it the other way. But that's why I went to Mark Dahl. I said, hey, make sure he's good with it. If you said, hey, listen, it's personal, I want him to go, I wouldn't have gone with it. Right. But that wasn't the information.
Well, JJ was waking up for breakfast.
You bamboozled me. See, you got your glucose levels up before.
I know, they're too high.
His heart restarted. I mean, just a couple days before it. A question for you. Raiders, Cliff Kingsbury. Commanders, Cliff Kingsbury. I assume.
Contract.
What, just 3 years, 2 years?
Yeah.
So the Raiders
It
trying
makes
to.
a lot of sense too because he's getting paid for 2 years from the card. So I didn't really understand that one.
What do you mean?
Like he has an offset with the Cardinals contract. So even if you give him 3 years, you're not paying that much for the first 2 because the Cardinals are paying for the first 2.
So what did happen? You think they had buyer's remorse, or what happened?
No, I don't know what happened. I don't know how they messed it up, but the Raiders guys messed it up. They should have given him 3 years. Like coordinators don't get 2 years.
What was that? Did you just make a trombone? Was it?
I don't know what the hell that was.
Did you hear that? You heard that?
I heard, no, I heard a zip.
It sounded like
right
a
here.
weird noise. Yeah, like
Wow.
a leather seat, but we don't have leather seats.
Yeah, well, hey, Ty has a question for you, Jay.
Yeah, Glaze. First of all, first and foremost, I hear you saying, hey, the lisp, you got to stop it. It's a character. All right, it's an homage to you. I've never said, "Hey, this is Jay Glazer."
I think he's offensive to Strahan. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, all right. And listen, next time I do it, I will internalize that. I will think about it, and I will go on with how I do the interpretation of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, JJ Watt.
Have a good one, JJ.
Thank you.
But I am curious. You said that you didn't think, like midway through this year, that there was really any landing spot for Belichick. At what point do you think next year, if like the Cowboys start 0-4 or the Jets start 0-4, some of these teams, like, is Belichick's name gonna skyrocket to the back to the top of that list when a couple of these teams maybe underperform next year?
I think you'll see it. It'll be the same thing that happened with Sean Payton last year. Every time somebody isn't doing well, Sean Payton's name was linked everywhere. And I do know Bill wants one of these. So he is going to, and I think a lot of it also is Bill saying, okay, what do I need to do? Do I need to do certain things to change? Do I have to kind of come up with a different thing of, and kind of show these owners that it's not going to be what you heard and thought. We're in New England so much. But I think he'll be, he's going to be.
He's going to get a head coaching job again?
He's going to get linked to everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He's going to get a head coaching job again? He's going to get the record?
I think. Will he get a head coaching job?
Wow.
I can't answer the question yet.
Wow.
Hashtag Jay didn't know.
That's wild. Jay doesn't know.
Jay didn't know. But because I don't like to deal with things I don't know. Like, I don't know the answer to that.
You deal in absolutes.
I don't know what jobs are going to be open, and there's certain places that will go, we already know about him, let's go get him. Do I think he'll get a job next year? Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yes.
Put on and Sicker.
Thank God.
Put on and Sicker. Bill
Teams,
Belichick.
are there certain teams you think that are all out on Belichick and won't go out, like thinking right now, hey, we would never go after him?
7 teams all out this year.
Yeah. Well, who was the closest, you think? Who wanted him the most?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
What happened?
Atlanta, I just think of him bringing in, I think everything you read was kind of.
Didn't they say he'd be all right with Fontenot being the GM, though?
Yep.
It wasn't even just that. It was Rich McKay. There was other people who was like wiping out this person and that person. And I think when you also have to go in and you're saying, well, I'm going to take out I'm going to change all these things. Arthur Blank kind of runs it like a family of like, man, I got a lot of family members going to leave. And I think that got a little bit too much.
Got it. I got it. And then the Commanders allegedly reached out, but they didn't for real.
Right.
They like Dan Quinn from the start.
Reached out to who? They like Ben Johnson. They like Dan Quinn. From day one, those are kind of the two guys that were top of their list. And then obviously the Ben Johnson thing happened. And I'm glad Ben is sticking around if he doesn't think he's ready for a head coaching job. Because here's the thing about a head coaching job. It's not about the X's and O's. The stuff that comes across your desk is ridiculous. So every year at the owners meeting, Mike Tomlin and I throw this day drinking day.
Nice.
All these
Love
head
that.
coaches.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Head coaches.
Hell yeah.
Hard City Lights.
Nobody else allowed there, but it's also like, hey, all you older coaches, tell the new coaches and GMs the stuff that's about to come across your desk that you would never in a million years know. Because everybody in there's crazy. Everybody has things you're dealing with. 53 corporations, not just dudes, right? And there's some crazy stories that probably can't be told in the show that guys are like, wait, I got to deal with what? This happened? This? Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. You become a CEO. Mike McDonald, 36 years old, youngest head coach in the league at Seattle. Yeah. Allegedly, his name was hot everywhere.
Yeah.
He became the front runner for Seattle because they were looking for somebody with energy and young, so Schneider can be the guy in charge.
Yeah. And it's not even so Schneider could be the guy in charge. I just think those two guys just hit it off. And that's the other thing, too. Like, you have to meet someone and go, man, I got it. Okay, good. That's the guy. He already knew DQ. I think some of it was like, okay, DQ, they almost looked at him like, well, he's like Pete, comes from the Pete tree, even though he's not like Pete. They really like Raheem Morris a lot. And then Rod took the job over in Atlanta. And Mike McDaniel McDonald was a guy that teams are like, man, we're going to have to wait till after the Super Bowl because they thought that they were going to end up beating the Chiefs. But his name was really hot. He was extremely impressive.
Yeah, learning about him quick, and then he's a head coach now. Good luck to him over there in Seattle. Tone has a question for you, Jay.
Yeah, Jay, my apologies. I was in the bathroom if they already talked about this. Coach Tomlin, there was a report from guys potentially that he may step away for a year.
Yeah, no, that was we hit that earlier.
Okay.
This isn't simulcast in the bathroom?
Well,
you guys are rich now. How do you not have,
we don't run this. This is the NFL.
Yeah.
This is the NFL run this. You want us to run this?
You run this.
No.
You run it.
No.
I thought there was a chance. That's why
we want you on this mountain.
No.
We need you on this mountain.
No, they need you on the mountain. Continue. Hey, and
no, but
never a chance.
No, it was either Pittsburgh or nothing, and not even. And Andy and I talked a lot. It was never once that we ever talked to them. I'm thinking about taking a year off. Never once.
Before we let you go, you've been a massive advocate for mental health, obviously, normalizing the stigma that comes alongside of it. Today, I believe is that what you're promoting today?
I'm actually promoting. Well, there's two things. One, I've changed my Unbreakable Mental Health podcast to Mental Wealth, because I think you guys were great. You guys allowed me to come on early and start talking about it. But I still think it's like people think we're talking mental health, talking about depression, anxiety, and it's not. And it's like, man, there's so many things we all have had to get through to get to where we are, right? That we could all learn from. Adversity is a gift, and nothing's ever smooth. So what do you do to be able to make sure you're okay between the years? And things that we've all learned, business leaders and top entertainment people in entertainment, artists, coaches, GMs. Our first guest this week is John Lynch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right? So, and I have a two-parter with him. Oh, boy. I hope I have time to tell one quick story.
Yeah, absolutely. You're people telling us you don't have time.
But I'll tell you real quick, though. I'm here also I'm coming back for it. I'm here to promote a drug called Qelbree, where for me, I got, my anxiety, depression, bipolar, tripolar, ADHD, and I got diagnosed with ADHD in 1989. I was one of the first adults diagnosed with adult ADD on the East Coast of America. And back then, they put me on Ritalin. That's not good. For me, it's my experience when you have depression, because I go through these peaks and valleys, and then it was Adderall, and that had worse effects on my brain. So I just kind of stopped things, which isn't great when you're on TV and your brain works too fast a lot of times. So I found there's this thing called Qelbree, Qelbree. It's a non-stimulant for ADD, and I actually take it at night. And it calms me, and it gets the roommates in my head to talk nicely to each other. It helps me on TV the next day. It's fantastic. So
Qelbree is what you're saying?
Qelbree, yeah. I wish I had it 20 years ago, man.
Respect to Qelbree. Obviously, I can't wait to try it. I have a similar brain. You ever smoke weed?
I suck at weed, dude. I'm terrible. Look at me. I train with Wiz Khalifa every day. If there's a guy who should be great at weed, it's me.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I'm crazy. Weed would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't sleep. I suck at weed, man.
What do you mean you suck at weed?
I'm the paranoid.
What a hilarious way
guy.
to say it.
I will tell you this.
suck at weed.
Hey,
You can get better.
Wiz was like, Glaze, I'm telling you, just take one puff. It'll be the best training session you ever had. And he was kind of harping on me for a while. And Snoop used to be in there like, Glaze, you got to try it one. I said, fine, one time. All right, did it one time. I go over there, man, I start, oh, yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah. See that? Hey, Juice, see that?
And I kind of,
Juice having nightmares.
I look over, and I'm like, there's only 4 seconds off the clock. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It was the worst training session I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
It went on and on and on.
Makes sense.
Okay, so for me, for ADHD, like, THC helps me a lot.
It does.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is not for everybody. A lot of people suck at weed.
I suck at it.
Obviously, there's other stuff.
And
Tone Diggs over there almost dies, or he sucks at it.
Oh man, and I feel so left out.
You got to put in the hours. You got to put in your due diligence.
No.
It takes time.
Some people it's good for. Some people it's not. Obviously, only when it's legal. Now let's get back to the mental wealth podcast.
Yeah. Oh, with John Lynch. Yeah.
Yes. You talked to John Lynch. A pretty big topic of conversation for what he's built.
Yeah, actually, and I'll give Lynch a lot of credit. Because when we did start talking about this early, he started calling me saying, hey, I kind of need your advice on what's going on between my players' ears here when they see this and say that. And he really took an interest, knowing that everybody here is built from the inside out, right? Mm-hmm. If you could have a better understanding of that, the more information he has, the more he's able to help that locker room and everybody come together. So he's really been on the forefront of guys in this league. Him, Sean McVay, really trying to understand what goes on between the ears here. But also, like, he's had a ridiculous life. You know that he threw out the first pitch ever for the Florida Marlins?
Makes sense, but I did not know
But we did not, okay? And so he's the second pick there. They made Edgar Renteria, who's like 16 years old, live with him on his couch. when they got him from Colombia. So he's out this wild story. But the one, and I'm trying to put this story out as much as I can because it drives him crazy. So one night we're in Denver, and he had never gone out his first year in Denver. And I come into Denver, and his wife Linda is like, Glaze is in town. You got to go out. Glaze is in town. And why I'm like the safe guy, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
that's a good thing.
So he goes to his teammates. He's never been out. And he goes to like Al Wilson and Jake Plummer and Rod Smith, like, hey, Glaze is in town. Where can I go? Where can I take him out? So they tell him this place to go out. So we go out. And upon arrival, I was single at the time. Upon arrival, it looked fantastic. Really looked great. A lot of women at this place. All right. Lynch goes to the bathroom. He comes back. I go, we got to go. He's like, what's up, Glaze? This place is pretty good, right? I said, we got to go. Put my little journalistic hat on. He goes, we got to go. He goes, what's up? These fools send us to a male burlesque show.
Nice.
Yes.
Good times, cultured.
Men in uniform night.
Yes.
And right behind Lynch, this big dude in a cop outfit, pulls his pants off, comes in front of it, and he is just swinging in the wind right behind John Lynch's ear. I'm like,
Drake,
we got to go.
Sounds
That's
like
awesome.
Everybody
They got
has
us,
that
man.
story or two.
They got us.
The thought, though, of John Lynch right now being in the
Right,
position he's in, it's wonderful.
Yes,
what
it
a
is.
dog, dude. What an absolute dog.
He
for
is,
football.
man. He finds that other guy. There's John Lynch and 47 Red. 47 Red is the guy on the field whose fingers start shaking, and obviously the guy at the male burlesque show with things.
Sounds like Shanahan's awesome, dude, too. There's a reason they're having the success that they're having.
Those two are great together, man. He's brilliant. There's not a lot of, I think there's a lot of play callers out there, but there's not a lot of like teachers so much anymore, right? There's a few teachers left in this league, and you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, coach.
Not a lot of teachers. He's all of it. He's a teacher. He's a motivator. He'll get the most out of you, right? He's gonna needle you until he gets the best out of you.
All right. Well, we appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Thank you for stopping by twice today. What an honor.
This.
You look great.
I feel like we had a great reunion here.
We did.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we got to recap some of the stories for the year.
Yeah.
We had a lot of questions.
Got all the answers.
The phone's on. You can call me. We're here.
All right.
Oh.
Same company now.
How was Brett Michaels, Shanahan, McVay, all you guys just shooting the shit
At
around?
my house?
Yeah.
Oh, him singing?
Yes.
Brett's my guy, man. He's the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
Yeah, they were all around.
Yeah. And he came over and
Traeger.
it was Joe Schrager wasn't there. It was
jeez.
it was
Is that Guy Fieri?
Cliff.
Was Guy cooking?
Guy wasn't there. Who else? Mercedes
Cliff,
Lewis
Sean
was there.
Sean was there.
Mercedes Lewis, John Gordon, who wrote the Energy Bus, he was there.
McVay.
TC, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, a bunch of people, and then Brett
Stoner.
came over and played
Was
3
Stoner?
songs for us, and man, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Oh no, this was
That was a different night.
oh that was a different night.
That was just
Yeah, that was
one-
Wednesday.
regular Wednesday.
That was
Yeah,
Wednesday.
that was a different night. But dude, Brett is the most authentic dude. He is awesome.
He was on last year.
The hair.
He's great.
He came
I
on the
think
show
he's
last
bringing
year.
me on one of his shows, and he and I are actually talking about doing a show together called Rock, Jock, and Talk, which
Oh,
I like that.
right?
We're
Right?
talking
Right?
rock, jock, sports, talk. I'm excited to hear Brett Michaels tear that up.
He's awesome, dude. Great dude.
Loves the Steelers, which we appreciate.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Glazer. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man.
Still jocked. What do you weigh right now, Jay?
In all seriousness, that's a bad man right there.
oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we
he
know
talks about me kind of hitting him. He's not fun to train with. It sucks.
Yeah.
And as he's learned more and more and more, it sucks more and
What do you weigh? What do you weigh, Jay?
205.
What's normal? Is this is normal?
Yeah, I think right now, about 205.
Pretty jocked.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, congrats on the
Go down to
relationship.
Panama, I get some more stem cells in my back. And,
Okay.
Oh, here we
That
go.
worked?
Origins. And,
Did it work?
it worked, yeah. Oh, good. I was getting a
Never been.
3-level fusion.
Jabbawockeez are here.
And I went down to this place, Origins. And
Holy
I
shit.
didn't have to get the fusion. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
jeez. Uh-oh.
Hey, happy you're okay. Great to see you. We'll talk to you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Glazer. You too, man.
Hey, boy Glazer.
You.
Appreciate you, man.
Zito.
Thank you, Jay.
Deal.
Zito, Foxy, everybody in the back. We have a code red. We have a code red. The fucking Jabbawockeez are here.
Are we sure it's them?
Oh, I'm
Make
pretty
them
sure.
dance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think they're in the middle of doing a series. I saw their name on a billboard over there. Thought about getting to a show. Yeah, we're doing shows right now. Where obviously we don't talk.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Can't
tough.
talk,
There's a mic friend right over there. Don't need it, obviously. So, where are the shows at? Where's the show? MGM.
MGM.
And we're. I mean.
Can you do a little something?
Can we do the whole? Can we get it?
Yeah. Hey, there's wood here. I don't know if you can.
Hey.
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, get in there.
Jabbawockeez.
Right here, boys.
Oh, here we go. Hey.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Get in there with him, Ty.
What? What?
Oh, someone's got a beatbox or something.
Now you do that, AJ. Isn't that your
I
thing?
wish I could.
Yeah, come on.
Jeez, look at the wrist.
Oh, there's air coming off.
Guy's a fucking human helicopter.
Wow.
Hey, that was awesome. That was awesome.
That was sick.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, very much so. Hey, how are
Man,
you?
awesome. Good
Hell
job,
yeah.
buddy.
Okay, so we're at MGM.
Great job.
We're doing shows. How long's the show?
Take off the fucking mask.
2 hours?
Oh,
days
you
a
got
week?
me. It's an honor.
5 days a week. The Jabbawockeez absolutely killing it. Hey, congrats. That is awesome.
no days
What a
off.
legendary.
Great
Great year.
That's Radio Row.
Thank you.
Do it.
Hey, Q, you're
Okay,
up.
do it.
Hey, Q, you're up.
Come on, do it. Jabberwock
Yes.
Okay,
Go on.
here we go.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, no, there's no way.
He can do it.
No way.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That was pretty good.
I think he might have broke his tailbone.
The pack is dead.
Pack is dead.
I think we're back. I think we're still here.
Happy Super Bowl week, man.
Nice job.
Thank you for doing that.
That was awesome.
I think I just broke my wrist.
That's like when Connor tried to Gertie a couple.
Gritty?
Or Gritty.
It's not a Gertie, it's a gritty.
Yeah, I know. I messed up.
The gritty was bad last year, but I appreciate the effort out of the new and improved AQ Shipley.
I really hit it hard, but bounced up like it didn't happen, right?
We haven't really talked in the trenches that much about this particular game. Who has the edge offensive line wise?
Oh, okay.
Come on,
So,
I mean, this is
here's
your
the
entire
answer.
thing.
Here's my whole answer. Here's my whole
Ty,
answer.
this was this guy's entire thing.
Here's my whole
Yeah,
answer.
no answer.
The Niners have the answer based on scheme, but Andy Reid has done a great job scheme-wise at helping the tackles all season long. The matchup to watch is going to be Bosa, Taylor on the right side of the line.
So who's got the advantage?
Niners. I just said the Niners. I said the Niners.
Right. Kid's struggling to survive.
You just stabbed me in the stomach with this.
Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, Feel the Beat icon.
Yes.
Sheena Blick is here.
Sheena!
Amanda putting the ears on. We appreciate that effort out there. Great team assembled here at Radio Row for our particular operation. Way too many kind people and talented people. Speaking of, Sheena, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Hey, we got some fresh energy down in Carolina all of a sudden. Dan Morgan didn't blink one time during that press conference. How do the Carolina Panthers fans feel about it?
To be fair, I counted like 3.
Okay, so we didn't see those in any of the clips. We didn't see those. Panthers fans are pumped, though. We're buying in. We're in.
They're kind of 50-50. Everybody was like, he's a holdover. Some people wanted just a complete fresh slate. And I guess they kind of balanced that out with the hiring of Dave Canales, because that's definitely fresh blood. And we'll finally have some alignment. They kept saying that in their press conference. They're finally hired a GM, hired a head coach in the same cycle. It's been like 20 plus years since they did that. So at least the disconnect that we've seen in the last couple of seasons, I don't expect to see it. But I was on here saying they were going to win the NFC South, and they embarrassed me.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to bring it up. We say a lot of dumb stuff, Sheena. You don't have to bring up all that. You know what I mean? You're going to get stuff wrong every once in a while, especially whenever you step into the batter's box. For the Carolina Panthers, seemingly over the past now, David Tepper at that press conference, he said, I'm in the background. Whenever they asked him a question.
Yeah.
David Tepper taking hands off football. Is that what's taking place? Is that what we're hearing?
I think so, but the only question is how long will he be hands off if they don't get to as hot of a start as he wants?
Nah, guys, he'll fire him.
I don't think
that's what he does.
Sheena, he'll fire him.
That's what he does, Sheena.
I think this one will get a full season.
Okay, good.
He said he wanted somebody that could come to his funeral, and this guy is young enough to do that.
Yeah, but also he bought that guy's house, tore it down, built a bigger one.
But that's my kind of petty. That's my kind of carrying on.
Yeah,
I like
if you're
stuff like
winning.
that.
If you're winning,
Yeah,
that's good. I think
yeah.
they'll keep going. Connor has a question for you, Sheena.
Yeah, Sheena, you said they're 50-50 on the coach. Are they 50-50 on the quarterback as well?
Whoa.
Obviously, from the outside looking in.
Connor.
A lot of people. I'm just saying.
Connor.
From the outside looking in.
I mean, that's a fair question. I don't
Panthers
think-
Twitter. They're not happy.
Panthers Twitter is always ready to tussle. But if C.J. Stroud didn't have such an amazing season, it wouldn't look as bad. But the entire offensive line completely wet the bed. So I think they're giving him just a little bit of grace. There was a lot of turnover. There was 5 different people in his ear calling plays. Now he's going to have 1. So I think it was so many, factors into it that they're willing to kind of see it through a little bit.
Do you think you're going to tell the Carolina people that C.J. Stroud said Bryce Young's the one on the pivot?
Yeah.
That's wild to think about, though, where C.J. Stroud was last year, because they're saying this guy, he's got a dumb brain.
Big dumb.
This guy's dumb. So he's not the number 1 overall pick. Bryce Young's the number 1 overall pick, and now it's just like completely reversed.
Yeah.
Are they going to figure it out down there with Bryce? Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of work. They got a lot of work to do. I don't think
Sheena.
this team's at least a couple. This team is a couple seasons away.
Are the fans going to come back? We saw some pictures.
100 people there.
Not a lot of people at those games. At the
most.
Well,
I want it.
That makes a lot of sense. Were you there at that game?
Unfortunately, but I was in the press box, so I was okay.
I was working. I was not a paid customer. Hey, Sheena, we appreciate everything you've done for our program. Hopefully, Carolina Panthers get to a place where part of Feel the Beat.
Yeah.
4 or 5
Playoff
years.
Exciting again, right? And we're not hiring or firing people, right?
We would need that because we appreciate every time you come on. You're the best.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Sheena.
Great to see you, Sheena. That's, Radio Row. We thought we were just going to hate
doing
everybody.
it. Nope.
We thought we were going to hate everybody.
All of our old friends are coming by.
Everybody we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, old friends coming by, people that we don't like coming by. It's sweet.
We found out David Lombardi's 6'8".
None of us could have guessed that.
No.
None of us could have guessed that.
He's got a dome on him, too.
Darius J. Butler is currently golfing with Phil Mickelson.
That's right.
Right.
And Drake May, I believe.
And
yes. Bubba Watson for the second night.
And Will Levis.
Yeah, Bill Levis as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet he can.
I said, watch out. If Will doesn't hit a shot he likes, that club is being thrown, so watch out.
Yeah, I remember Steichen. He snapped like 8 golf clubs because he duffed a couple of them.
Oh, yeah, they played golf.
Yeah,
he was too intense.
Steichen was
Learn
like,
about it.
Jesus.
Did you gave us an answer that the Niners
Not really.
Niners.
Okay, AQ.
All Niners.
What do you? Some people say they think San Fran might line up like in big people and try to pound the ball. You think that's possible?
I think everybody's just saying that because we saw the Trent Williams play last year where he went in motion and we haven't seen it this year. So everybody's just like, yep, this play's coming. Which it very well
But
might.
if
They
do,
might have been
though, let's
saving
say
this
they
up.
do it. They stick with the run and try to. Can they overpower?
Yeah,
the
I don't think they need to do anything different. Like that's what they do. They have 2 tight ends and they run it over and over again. That's what they do. If they have a 50-play practice, you remember, right? Mm-hmm. In a 50-play practice, at least whenever I was in Arizona and Tampa, we would have 41 passes and 9 runs in a practice.
Yeah.
They go 48 runs and 2 passes in a practice on a Wednesday. That's all they practice.
And Brock Purdy's still dialing.
And then he's rolling.
How about it?
Yeah.
That's not talked about.
No, it's not.
Because he's not even getting as many reps as everybody else on those passes.
Yeah.
He's got to put it over the linebacker in front of the safety, right in the keyhole for Ayuk. Or for Conley, obviously, dog.
Yeah, Conley's great.
Conley's, are you all right?
My left foot. I'm really trying to do what I can to just not think about it.
What's
hurts
wrong?
So fucking bad.
In a bad spot.
It hurts so fucking bad, and I am soaked. I've lost at least, sweat all the booze out.
It's good. It's good.
So it's not the end of the world, but this left foot, I'm worried how this thing's gonna feel the rest of the week.
You're not the first person to be dehydrated in Vegas.
True.
But I feel like you potentially are the most dehydrated person in Vegas right now currently.
I don't need an IV.
You get mobile IVs that come to your house.
What do you need?
I need an ice cold beer.
Yep.
I need maybe a burrito from the NASCAR restaurant on the strip.
And
I need a nice cold shower.
I didn't have any hot water in my
You didn't.
No.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to. Nice cold shower, I guess.
Golden Knights victory.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what it takes to be a Golden Knights
That's
Stanley.
what it's fucking all about. Everyone was saying, hey, this guy, he doesn't look like a hockey player. Came out here and fucking 180-minute shift. How many fucking hockey players are doing that? Kidding me? Yeah, boom. Exactly.
3 of those.
That's what it's all about.
180 minutes.
Yeah.
Most minutes ever in a game.
Yeah, how many minutes did fucking McDavid play last night?
Not 180.
Nowhere near.
Yeah, not 180.
Can you walk
baby.
around? Can you walk?
Actually, never mind. It's 195 minutes.
Oh.
Is that good?
You tell me.
Hey, before we get out of here, we're gonna need you to make a shot.
All right, I don't know if I can hardly even fucking stand up.
That's what happens after 195 minutes.
No.
Here we go.
Like Kachuk. Do you want me to get the balls for you?
Yeah, give me a fucking couple balls. I'm just flinging these fucking things. So.
You're a Stanley Cup champion, Ty.
No, I know.
Ty, you beat the Edmonton Oilers last night.
Broke the streak.
16 straight they won. Hottest team in the NHL. And then what, Ty? Then what?
Then they fucking came to my house.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Just kind of get a feel for it here.
Here you go. You got one right here.
Yep.
You got one right here.
Do we know if the Knights players have seen this today?
Some of them probably have.
The whole building. Okay.
Yeah, allegedly the boys have it on in the team room every day.
The change room?
Oh. Okay. All right. So we got to make sure.
You're going to make one.
If you put this in, I think 50 people, $500.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's the wrong way.
Yeah, because there's no way that this is supposed to happen.
Right, not.
I mean, you're on skates on land.
Yeah. And
You got a right-handed stick holding it left.
Are those Bill Carlson skates?
Hey, these are Wild Bill skates. He's got some small feet.
Yeah, but he's got some sick mitts.
Sick mitts, sick dangles, and he's so fucking fast.
I saw the 71 on the skates and the 4 on the helmet.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wish I would have got a stopwatch out and clocked him blue line to blue line last night. He was...
Wild Bill was 2-star last night of the game.
Yeah.
Punted a stuffed animal into the crowd. Punted while skating. Punted it in there. Wild
During the game?
Yeah,
after.
I saw the one dude threw the first star threw a little Vegas stuffed animal.
So again, yes.
He punted it.
Yeah.
Punted it over the. It was impressive.
Almost went out of the stadium.
Biggest pop of the stadium by far
Yeah.
in the introduction.
Okay.
And he also did some acting
So
with
should
the
he
owner.
punt that in the hoop?
No.
No, I don't think he can stand on one leg.
These skates aren't tied either, so that thing might be going right into Bruce's forehead and slicing his head in
That'd be
half, like
hilarious.
a Mortal Kombat fatality. We
Bruce-
don't need that.
Yeah.
Bruce has really been killing today. He had an ISO on the show earlier. You remember?
Bruce is making me nervous out here. Like
There
we're
it
doing
is.
something
Seen him
wrong.
back there.
There's Wild Bill punting. There's
Those
Wild
are
Bill
the
punting.
exact same skates.
Lift him up a little.
Shout out to Wild Bill Carlson.
Yeah, shout out Wild Bill.
All right.
Fucking bucket does look pretty good, though.
It does. Flow coming out the back, too.
50 people.
Fucking lettuce.
$500.
How many I get here? Because, you know.
You got this one.
This one's going to be the one, obviously. Just a quick 25 grand on this beautiful Radio Row Wednesday.
You just fart in my face.
No, I
did.
didn't. I didn't. I do have to take a fucking shit like you wouldn't believe, though.
Wait, if you beat it all?
Come on, get in the
No,
hoop.
Tony, I haven't fucking moved. No, see, that wasn't a good one. I didn't eat.
This one's the one.
Here you go. I got you.
It looks like he's just farting in your face.
That's what I thought he was doing.
If I fart, I'm gonna shit in the girdle. There's no question about it.
Do you have the depends on?
No, if Rossio couldn't come through, I said, hey, maybe let's really consider the depends for tomorrow.
Johnny Violence?
Yeah, Johnny Violence, but he did go back and get my fucking sweater. So shout out Johnny Rossio. God damn it.
That was close. That was good. You got it.
Hey, 100 people, $500.
100?
I don't think
50 grand.
I'm sorry, boys. I don't think it's gonna fucking happen.
Hey.
Right back.
Fucking
Bonus ball.
bonus ball.
A little more touch.
Bonus ball. Shut the fuck up.
Where's JJ? Get JJ back.
I think I'm fucking body you into the board.
100 people, $500.
Maybe lock in. Here we go. Fucking game 7.
Bonus ball.
Here it is.
Yeah, I'm coming back, so heads up.
That's on me.
All right. Hey, maybe we putt a ball. With the stick.
With the stick? Okay.
Yeah.
One of the small balls.
Happy Gilmore stuff.
I got you.
I don't want to. I don't know about bending Dahn.
I mean, yeah, poop your pants.
Yeah, you want to move the top golf thing out of the way?
By the way.
Oh, yeah, you got this.
That's not like a... Have you been able to fart?
I think you turned it the other way on this one.
Yeah.
Just fucking let me go through my process, okay?
I'm just saying. This one, I think you can use the
Hey,
back.
you're in your oven right now.
You can use the
Hold on, Ty. I mean, I don't even know. What do you think? Are you making this or not?
No.
I think he is.
Oh, no, he is. It's a 6-foot putt.
I'm rifling through these things so I can take these fucking skates.
You got to backhand this thing.
You think backhand it?
Yeah.
Backhand.
Thank
Wish
you.
I had a.
Happy Gilmore. Go low.
Yeah, backhand this thing. You're just like,
Hey, it's not easy being a Stanley Cup champ, Ty.
Yeah, here you are.
No one ever said it was.
No, nobody ever said it. You wanted it easy.
Yeah, now we go.
There it is. There it is.
70
I'm
people.
worried about that, though.
That's okay.
Worried about that.
Well, we got to move.
It's all right.
Come
Take it
down
up-
on it.
Take it up high.
Out of
bring it
pocket.
down low.
Out of pocket.
Out of the pocket.
70 people,
Whoa.
$500.
That's a good shot. That's
I need a
good.
fucking
right.
flat. I need a flat stick like Sid.
Yeah.
How am I supposed
A
to?
lot of curve on that.
I agree. You could use the Lombardi, maybe.
Hey, hold on. 60 people, $500. All you gotta do is make this putt.
Okay, we'll just say 600,000. Doesn't fucking matter.
Get going, ball. Oh. Here we go. Hold on. So is this 600,000?
No.
Jesus Christ.
This is 50 people, Ty, with the dangles and the sticky mitts. There's a reason you're on the Vegas Golden Knights. All you got to do is put that golf ball into that hole. 50 people win $500.
I want my body and someone on a face-off right now.
Get right.
He's out.
You had a good show today, Ty.
Go, boys. Here we go, boys. I got to go get my mitts, obviously. I'm not going to disrespect my fucking gear like that.
All right.
Here's a replay here. Here's a replay.
Good shot.
No doubter.
Yeah, it was meant to be. That was just a little message from the universe on the way out.
Yeah, I don't fucking go sit down.
You know what you want.
Yeah, it was
Stick to
you my
lock
fucking
there.
cane,
Yeah,
dude.
Yep.
You wearing this tomorrow?
I don't think so.
No, you are.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to?
Nope.
All right, that's it for the show. I mean, where else are you fucking supposed to go?
No, that was
about it.
That was incredible.
Ty, thank you for that. I have no idea how it played through the camera, but
I'm sure people didn't love it, but you know, whatever. Hey, Radio Row Super Bowl week, we're here.
That's right. That is right, Ty. Boys, great work. Everybody in the back, fantastic job. The people that built this set,
unbelievable.
phenomenal talent. Awesome. Mystic Studios, I believe, is the name. Phenomenal work. And everybody at ESPN that's obviously helped. We can't thank you all enough. We'll be back here again tomorrow for another absurd show. We have no idea who's going to be on. No. We have no idea what they're going to be talking about. We have no idea what's going to happen, but we do know we have a Stanley Cup champion on our team now.
Here we fucking go, boys. You're all champions in my book.
Well, almost champions, M&M's.
Yeah, you're right. That's we got M&M's on a mind and nothing else right now. By the way.
And Advanced Auto Parts with Baker Mayfield.
That's right. Free battery for the rest of your life. Not your car's life. Rest of your life.
In Ascent Protein. God, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbreakable.
Oikos.
Greek yogurt. Probiotic.
Yep. Yogurt.
Yeah.
Probiotic?
That was one of the flavors. One of them was like 000. One of them was like a little probiotic help.
Gut health.
True.
I don't know if that's right.
It is.
Nutrients, it is.
It is.
No, it's true. It's true. They got one.
I eat a lot of Oikos. A lot of it.
That's why you're Stanley Cup champion.
Bingo.
All right, we're out of here. We can't thank you all enough for allowing us to do this for a living. It is absurd that we are here. You're the greatest people on earth. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on three. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Goodbye.